What's up, everyone? It's Carrie, aka Nerdy Girl Crates. Welcome back to the channel. It's Otaku Tuesday, and boy, do we have some stuff to talk about tonight. But first, let me remind you, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. We're going to hit that news, but first, let's say hi to the squad. Laura, how are you? I know you're excited for one of these topics.
Yes, and I'm so glad to be here. That's a much less eventful week, though very tired. I'm hoping I do okay. I stayed up late gaming last night, and that was not the best of decisions. So if I ramble, it's because I'm just tired today, but excited to be here.
Okay. Bo, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. Been watching Twitter blow up all the day on the manga side. So well, I'm pretty sure we'll get into that, but been very productive. Read a bunch of series. Like I just finished Crazy Food Truck. So I'll kind of go over that in my next video. So
nice. Can't wait for that. And how are you doing, Mark?
I'm doing good. Today was a good day. It was productive. Got some manga in the mail. I did like a live stream over on Instagram for the first time in like forever, I feel like.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, cleaned out 2 kids' closets and took all the winter stuff out, put all the summer stuff in. So yeah, it's been a good day.
It must be a mom thing. My wife does that all the time. It's like I'm horrible at that.
Oh yeah, it was getting too crazy in their closets. I'm like, look, we got winter and summer together, and my littlest comes out and she's like, I want to wear this. I'm like, it's hot outside. We're not wearing that.
Oh yeah.
See, I'm in that weird phase where it's like you think it's warming up and it does for like a day or two, and then suddenly it drops back and you're like, oh.
Yeah. I kept some jeans and a hoodie just in case we had like some of those days, because
Yeah,
that crazy Pennsylvania weather lately. All right, so before we get into the really juicy stuff, we did have some announcements. Not a lot. I think they're saving it for the big cons coming this month. We are going to look at IZE Press has got some Manwha releases that are coming up in October, but they just decided to debut the covers for them. I can't talk. Now, these are webtoons, but they're from Hybe Entertainment. Now, if anybody doesn't know who Hybe Entertainment is, most people know them as Big Hit Entertainment. They're one of the biggest like K-pop groups in Korea, but they've expanded into other areas of entertainment, so that's why they've changed their name. And they're really well known for a certain K-pop group that goes by the name of BTS.
Okay, so is this just a BTS manhwa, or?
Well, what happens here with this one, the first one, Seven Fates Choco, what they did is, and this is where I had covered it in a review, they used their likeness, but they're original characters. So they look like the members of BTS, but they're like original characters, and this is kind of like a reverse isekai. This portal opens up, and these kind of demi creatures from another world come in, and they're trying to conquer our world, and there's these 7 guys who each of them have a unique ability to help fight against them. But yeah, it's not the K-pop group themselves fighting you. It's just they use their likeness to create the characters, it's not bad. I read it and reviewed it. I actually like the art a lot in it, and the story is really interesting. But I think people kind of like hesitate to read it because they think, oh, I'm going to read a story about BTS saving the world.
Well, honestly, why does it say with BTS? Like, did they help write it, or it's just that?
They had some type of creative input.
Huh.
Now, are you a fan of BTS?
I like BTS, yes. I'm more of a fan of their older music.
So, as a fan, when you read this, like, how was that? Or did you talk about that in your review? Because I'm really curious, because I was like...
And this is what I was trying to point out in my review a lot, was it's not them. It's actually, like, you have these 7 guys. One of them is kind of like this mystic, like, priest who's got these abilities, and he knows about the other world. and he goes to one kid who happens to be half of what these other creatures are, and he's half human.
Okay.
And you said
And
this
then
is
he
going to be
meets up
all
with
online, no physicals?
No, this is the physical. It's already on Webtoons. And what I think this is why BTS is involved. Like when you get to certain chapters, they have songs, original songs for the Webtoon.
Ooh, okay. I see him. That's pretty cool. I'm about to go look it up on my app.
How much is going to run me back?
Well, it's from IZE Press, and it's a colored manhwa, so I'm going to go with probably 20.
20? Yeah.
Probably
Yeah.
20. It's going to come out October 2023. And the synopsis is a collaboration with BTS. The dynamic story follows 7 young men bound by fate. After growing up together through a series of trials and tribulations, they must become a unified group of 7 to unlock their destiny. Seven Fates Choco is an urban fantasy story set in the near future, inspired by the, I cannot say that, tiger hunters of the Joseon dynasty in Korea. The story portrays confrontations between humans and the Bohm tribe in a corrupt world. So, I thought it was really interesting. It's like getting people to separate the group from the story is like the tricky part.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see the art looks really good from what I'm seeing, like in the little images that they promo on the episodes.
Yeah, and I think the other thing they did a lot is they had the group promote it in ads, so you didn't get to really see too much of the characters from the book. They had the actual members from the group promoting it, so I was kind of like, this is kind of given like the wrong...
Yeah.
I know it has a pretty good question.
Yes, it's going to be a physical release of the webtoon, and it's going to come out in October.
All right. I think I'm mixed on it. If I get it, it's going to be.
I think you should read the webtoon first.
Yeah,
I
think I'll find out on webtoon that. Yeah.
Yeah,
because it's gonna take away a lot in a physical copy. Like there's songs involved in the actual webtoon. There's even some like sound effects too, and it's like now you're gonna put it in a physical. You're gonna take away some of that interesting stuff.
Yeah, I get you. Nick says, "Sounds like trash."
I knew he was gonna say that.
It does.
Of course it is. I mean. Anything, it's like back, at least they're not the group doing it. I remember back in the day with the comic book with New Kids on the Block. It was New Kids on the Block trying to save the day.
Hey, don't you besmirch
down in a tour.
Look, I'm just so disappointed that BTS didn't actually write it, because I was like, a music group writing a manhwa? I was like, color me curious, but I'm like, well,
I don't know what they did collab besides the songs. All it says it's a collaboration. I know they also have an animated shorts with some characters. They actually created the characters.
That is cool.
And they actually sell the stuffed animals for them like crazy.
Oh, that's so cute.
I'll show you later. I forgot the name of them. They are very cute.
Yeah.
So if you're really into BTS, this is something to check out. But if not, might be something to check the webtoon.
Yeah. Now the next one is also from Hive, and this is featuring the likeness of another group I'm not too familiar with, Tomorrow and Together.
Look at that.
It's called
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I will say, dang,
cool.
The art's really beautiful. Go on the webtoons. Now this one it follows a group of young men in a pop band who live in a world where magic is part of everyday reality. The group awakens one day to discover they possess dormant magical abilities. This fantastic tale features imaginary creatures, magic, and a fun look at the world of entertainment. So this one sounds more like maybe it is the group.
I think they would probably be better in an anime.
I would just take that as a
one of those.
Nice. Right? Or CD
that'd be awesome.
Along with it. Yeah, this one, I haven't read this one. I didn't even know this one was on Webtoons. And that comes out in November 2023. Right. The next one is Dark Moon, and this is a group called I'm not sure how to say that.
Hyphen?
In hyphen?
I think so.
Hyphen.
It's called Dark Moon, the Blood Altar. Okay, mixing urban fantasy.
It's a good title.
Yeah, I know. Mixing urban fantasy and teen romance, this story follows the confrontation, confusion, and chemistry between a group of vampires, a pack of werewolves, and a mysterious girl with a secret.
Oh,
Twilight.
Bianca.
Yeah.
What's this, Twilight?
You're werewolves.
No, not really. The tale of Dark Moon is told in the form of a series of stories, starting with the Dark Moon, the Blood Altar, combining a heroine with incredible abilities, youthful friendships, and a powerful secret. Dark Moon, the Blood Altar brings new levity and energy to teen romances. No, it sounds exactly like Twilight.
That's what I was just thinking.
No, yes,
Nick. I agree. Yeah. If you want that idle story, you go to Oshinoko.
Moving the fans, you know that they're already probably pre-ordered and it's sold out. I remember when those Barbies came out; they were sold out.
Oh my goodness! I love the font they use. Like, and just the font placement. I don't even need the cover. Just give me the font right there and how they did it. I don't know. It just has a nice dramatic look that fits so well with the vibe.
I will say that looks good. The cover has me interested, so they did really good there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one I think is probably the better of the covers. And then they said all three are set to release in fall. This one is coming out December 2023. So readers can look forward to owning physical copies of these popular fantasy series.
Yeah, I love it when they don't wait several months before dropping it, but all together there, that's a little much, man.
Yeah.
And you know it's gonna be $20 a volume.
Yeah. Yeah,
and I believe
unless you're
this
shopping with right stuff.
Still ongoing. Seven Fates is still ongoing. I don't know about the others because I haven't really checked them out.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, what's that? What's that one that released today? Frank and Frankie or Frank and Frank?
Yeah, I saw. Jerry was promoting that one.
Yeah, I had pre-ordered it in April, and I was waiting for it today. I was like, "It's waiting to the day of. Guarantee you, it's going to be out of stock." Sure enough, here it is, out of stock.
But wasn't
you imagine
Seas just promoting that they had it in their shop?
Yeah, they probably didn't. They probably just didn't make enough. Somebody said that they posted on their Instagram that they are making more, so just gotta wait. But I got it for a really, really good deal. I had a 10% off thing, and I got them for like $13 each.
Oh, that's awesome. Hey, Bianca.
You missed the announcement about the werewolf manhwa.
Yes.
Yep. I sort of feel like I'm interested in the first one,
Dark Moon,
for the story, but I like the cover a lot of the second one, but I'm not interested in the story.
I know.
It's pretty.
Your brother told you it was Wednesday, Bianca? Tell him
it's too. Well, my kiddo actually thought it was Wednesday, and I had to think about it. And then my other kid thought it was Monday. So I was like, had to look at the calendar on my phone, like, it's Tuesday, right? Like, Tuesday.
Werewolf of the Moon. There we go.
Actually, I like the title, Dark Moon, the Blood Altar. That sounds pretty cool. Yeah. Why are you not rebroadcasting, Laura?
Because the week that you guys did it, I don't know. I wasn't there, so I didn't be cool and set mine up, and I just never remember until after the fact.
I'll have to remind you before each show. But, can you imagine, though, because like, the minute read the synopsis. Yes, I will read the synopsis, Bianca.
Don't read the synopsis.
The synopsis is, mixing urban fantasy and teen romance, the story follows the confrontation, confusion, and chemistry between a group of vampires, a pack of werewolves, and a mysterious girl with a secret. The tale of Dark Moon is told in the form of a series of stories, starting with Dark Moon, the Blood Altar, combining a heroine with incredible abilities, youthful friendships, and a powerful secret.
And sparkly skin.
Okay?
It's Twilight. You know it's Twilight.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm thinking? Can you imagine with like the army, because that's the name of the fan base for BTS, when this drops in October and like Bo's standing at a Barnes & Noble and picks it up and goes, "Oh, I remember this we talked about it," and suddenly gets jumped by a bunch of armies trying to like grab it because it's the last copy.
All I saw was
You'd be
the
like,
cover in all black.
Yeah, right?
Woke up in a hospital.
That one does sound like badass until I read teenagers. I said werewolves too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A pack of them.
Yeah, that's true.
That is true.
Oh, great. Love triangles. Yeah, those are great.
Yeah.
We haven't read that
It's like
before.
Twilight too.
It's not lazy writing at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think they're going to do that.
All right.
Nick.
So what do they got? Just those?
That's the.
Well, I guess
told you
it's
like
better than like solo
they're
leveling.
waiting for Comic-Con. You know it. They're waiting for Comic-Con. It's coming up next month, and they're going to be like dropping it like crazy, and we're going to be sitting there spending weeks covering everything.
Shoot, I think Comic Blues is going to be next week for me. So shoot, I might go to that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I finally can.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We might go to the anime one here because it seems like they lightened up on their regulations, so I might go to it. I have to see.
Yeah, Anime
Just
Matsuri.
the price point's a little pricey.
Yeah, that's the only thing. It's a little bit. It's a little much. But if they require masks and all that, I'm like, no, thank you.
Yeah, that's why I'm still thinking because it's like only in certain areas they said you have to wear them. Like if you're
No, if they're going to require masks, they better require deodorant.
Yeah.
Nick better be at every manga panel. I don't want recordings.
Yeah. I know Otakon was saying that you had to wear deodorant. They had it in their like list of rules.
Really?
That poor person had to smell
What do they do?
everybody.
A sniff check as you're coming in?
I don't know. But I will say it didn't smell like at all.
Interesting.
Start
Yeah.
pumping vanilla through the
They
vents.
might have been. I don't know. Either that or my sense of smell's off. Who knows?
Danotaz, I think both, but I think they'll save a lot of it for Anime Expo, but they're going to keep some of it for like the Comic Cons, the San Diego, New York. But I think most of it will be at the Anime Expo.
Or they'll announce it a night or two before their competitors.
I know, like the day before the Dawn Show makes an announcement.
Oh my
Because
god.
Viz just drove First Blood.
And we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that, but we have one more story. This seems to be a story I feel like we cover almost, if not every week, like every
Aniska?
2 weeks.
Is it
It is,
Yona?
no, not Yona, not One Piece, I promise. It is another manga creator going on hiatus because of illness.
Oh, wow. Who's it this
The
time?
Vampire Dies in No Time is extending its hiatus indefinitely. The manga was once on a 1-month hiatus from March 30th to April 27th and was originally scheduled to resume on March 11th, but the creator on his official Twitter account on October 26th said he'll go on hiatus to rest and added that he will return once his stomach is healed.
And able to eat a Whopper. All right.
Yeah, I will
the manga
say
took several breaks. Yeah, that might be the cause.
I will say I feel bad for this person. I hope they get a lot of rest and come back strong. The anime I watched, and honestly, it wasn't for me. I maybe could stand about 5 minutes of it.
I've never heard of this
one.
I think my point is, it's happening so often with so many different creators. Like even what Hunter x Hunter went back on a hiatus not too long ago after coming off hiatus because of his health.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Is it like their own work ethic, or is it scheduling or demands? I don't know, but whatever it is, we need to lighten up on these people.
Yeah,
I agree.
Because even what was it? Freon is on hiatus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I know manga's slightly starting to go up a little bit, but that can't be significant. So, and who knows how much of that goes to the actual mangaka. So it's either the same pressure that's on them or more, and then with the added constraint of financial issues.
Mm-hmm.
So hell, me,
and you see that a lot with them.
Yeah. Shoot.
It's kind of like you feel bad because it's kind of like you wish, and I know there's like a cultural work ethic there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that could also play into it. But I don't see anybody killing themselves just to get a book out. Whether it's the publishers pushing it or the creator doing it to themselves, it's kind of like, can we ease up? Just think about your health. I'm sure some of these guys have families.
It would be interesting to talk to like people that live in Japan, like that have been there for, let's say, a long time, and like what is their view on this? Because, you know, I mean, all of us here are Americans and we all are like, that is too much, like you need to take a break. But I wonder, like, do they react the same way if there's so much manga and there's like so many manga creators? Is it like, oh, that's a bummer to hear about this person, but I'm just gonna move on to the next thing, kind of thing. Like, not in a way where they're mean to them, but like it's just that mentality that it's not as impactful as I feel like when we hear this news, even if we're hearing it more often. Like, I feel like we just.
I also think there's also some type of bullying too, because remember, like last month we talked about the creator behind Chobits and him just retiring because he had it, because he was having heart issues, and he was, and when he started to have a decline in health, his creativity dropped in quality, and people were just like bombarding him on social media, insulting him, and he just like kept sending out apologies, and finally just had to like turn off his Twitter. I think that's also an aspect of it, because people are just like, oh, but what happened? You got to do better, and you're just like, dude's got a heart issue.
Bianca says they say it is a problem.
Well, that's probably why too there's so much isekai. I mean, you know, we feel it's overwhelming, but I have to wonder if it's a real reality, so to speak, where it's so common there. I mean, well, yeah, like I guess you could say it's here in the US too, but like where it's like
who's X?
That's just whoever working themselves to death has been a saying here.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Like, because it's just like there's so much of that. I don't know if it would be wish fulfillment, so to speak, you know, that there's something when you die, there's something better, and you're going to go, and it's just going to be, you're going to be OP, because it's just like, there's so much of it, like overwhelmingly, you know what I mean? So I don't know exactly where I was going to go with that. I sort of blanked, but it's just, I was like, I wonder if it's just, they view it where I really, like, they would really love that to be a thing.
Nick.
It's
DMX of the ZX.
I know, like, their work culture is like insane. Like, I'm looking at it from the corporate side. I don't know if it plays the same way into like the creative manga side, but these guys work like longer than 8 hours a day, and then afterwards they're expected to go out with the boss and hang out at the bar.
Yeah.
Most of the time get drunk, end up home, and then have so many hours of sleep, and then they're back at the job again. Doing the same thing over.
Well, so that, have you guys ever seen, I forget the guy's name, but he does like Day in the Life of in Japan, and he did Day in the Life of a manga creator. He actually did the Rent a Girlfriend manga creator.
Yeah.
And that was really, so that was really interesting. But I think he's on the easier side of it because he had so many assistants. Like it seems on average, I mean, maybe for the popular shonen manga, but I know for at least for the shoujo, like when the creators make notes about it, like they only have like 1 or 2 assistants. And it's like, man, I just can't even imagine that. Like, no matter how much you love the characters, how much you love the story that you're writing, I mean, that's like excessively putting your life on the line for your passion. And can it even continue to be a passion at that point when you're so run ragged? I mean, what carries you in that moment?
And like, I think Bianca made a good point here. I think we're getting there too with our work culture, because like, there's a lot of people looking to hire and not a lot of people applying. So then the people who are working have to take on the extra responsibility, and also Japan has a population crisis.
So I mean, I don't know, anybody in the comments, but do you feel like you're working harder for a lot less money? I mean,
I know I am.
I know I had left a job prior to this for making like the same almost wage as somebody at McDonald's before they started advertising for like $19 an hour for doing admin position.
Oh my!
That's why I love
we know, Nick.
I don't. I hate unions, so. Oh yes,
Well,
I've actually
I'm hoping
I've worked on
he
the other
gets
side for
better,
unions.
and yeah, I'm hoping the creator gets better and his health doesn't continue to take a
Yeah.
decline. But
Mhm.
it seems to be constantly reading about this, and I'm
Yeah, it
hoping
is.
like something
Yeah.
changes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can wait a few extra months.
Yeah. Just please
Yeah.
take
If
care of
Oda wants to
yourself.
take a break for 2 months, he can do it.
Yeah.
Then you're at the wrong job,
Like
Yuck.
Yeah, you're not making 19. What's wrong? No, kidding.
Now we're going to get into the big story. I know everybody on this panel is really excited about. As we all know, Kodansha in a couple days is supposed to be dropping their manga app called K Manga. We don't have too many details about it. We don't know what the cost is going to be monthly. But suddenly today, surprisingly, dropping on social media, Viz decided to announce they revamped their Viz Media app. And now you're going to have another app that works like the Shonen Jump for the same price point that's going to have even more titles.
They dropped
and
this thing
more
in the middle of the
variety
night.
Titles. Yeah, I know, really. They dropped a Japan time, okay? It's going to cost $1.99
in the middle
a
of the night
month.
for us.
Yeah. They forgot. Oh, crap. Time change.
Look at that.
They revamped the Viz Manga app. It's going to cost $1.99 a month, and the service will give fans access to over 10,000 chapters of manga from genres such as action, horror, slice of life, and fantasy. The service includes well-known mangakas as Junji Ito, Gayo Uzumaki, as well as Rumiko Takahashi's Ranma Half and Inuyasha. So, Laura, I know you're really excited because
I am. When I saw the email, I was like, is this a joke? I was like, I don't understand. So I actually went online. I was like, okay, if this is really real, I was like, I need to see some people talking about this. And it just blew up. And I was like, this is real. And then it even sunk in when I saw Bo and Jerry talking about what's on there. And I'm like, this is legit, like it just, when my husband got home today, I was like, let me tell you what happened today in the manga community. Because, I mean, it's just so surreal. Like we were talking, manga, like this is the era of manga, anime, and just it's amazing. It's a wonderful time to be a manga reader and to see so many out of print titles on there. And I mean, not just Shoujo. I mean, that was the one I mainly saw because of my circle of influence. But I mean, I'm like, there's titles I have never heard of that are on there that I'm like, this is amazing. It is absolutely incredible. And I'm just like, Viz, you stole Kodansha's thunder, and they ain't getting that thunder back. I don't see them able to steal their own thunder because
it better be $1.99 too, or
no. Kodansha or K Manga had like a price point, like several different price points.
Yes,
I've got the link. Posting it on Twitter, and it's crazy the amount of money they were wanting.
Oh, so they were kind of doing like the Manga Plus thing.
Yes, it's a coin system.
I hated that. I didn't even sign up for it. I just went on there to see about the black barcodes going across, like censoring things.
Nick has a good point there. Come on, you're One Piece fans. Do better.
We do not condone.
Big wink.
Thanatos. Yeah, that's a good question because even Nick said this. Honestly, with the launch of the new Viz Manga app, I might just cancel my Shonen Jump subscription because really there's not much of a point, especially since Manga Plus offers the same similar hub. So I wonder, do you think they're going to have all the Shonen Jump ones over there too?
I know they don't have Red River.
Then it wouldn't.
I
know.
For sale. I was like, oh, people are going to be seething about this. I'm just going to wait till they notice.
I don't understand why they don't put chapters out like everyone else.
Are they going to release that, like re-release it or something? Is that why? Because that would be like a no-brainer. People have been begging for that.
Yes.
Okay. Well, first thing, Carrie, I put the link of the prices in the private chat, but I wonder who is the magazine because, like Kami-sama Kiss, Yona of the Dawn, and some other big title, they're part of a certain magazine and they have nothing from that magazine on the website. And they don't know, or people have been speculating, like, is it for, like, they're going to do it, bring it on there later, or is it just something with the rights that they can't put it on there? So
maybe.
But I don't know who the Japanese.
However, they have their licensing too.
Yeah.
So this is the Hey Manga. Oh wow!
Look at that.
Yeah, for points. You get to buy all these points.
They're doing a crisis meeting to see how they can up Viz.
$1.99.
99 cents.
Yeah, I was thinking about this. Okay, so I've done, I don't know if it's called Komaki, but it's a website that has like where you buy keys to read chapters. And 99 cents is not gonna buy you a whole manga. Like it's just not. You'll be lucky to get three chapters, I think. If it matches how theirs is. Hey, Asian Mer.
That's what I'm saying. There's got to be some type of crisis meeting going. Damn it, Viz.
Yeah.
because at this point, people are going to be like, well, why should I go with K manga if I can just go over?
And if the whole gacha thing is true, like that's even worse. I told somebody today, I was like, I don't do gacha with my manga. I do gacha with my games that I play. I'm like, I'm not going to try and roll and be lucky or be lucky.
You got a chapter of Yona.
Yeah. Like, no, I ain't floating with that at all. I was like, I don't care what you have on there. It's not nearly as enticing knowing we have all of that backlog on Viz Media, in any demographic.
Exactly.
So,
and then they're doing something weird, and I don't have the whole story on this, but Bo, maybe you do. Like, they're going to do a separate app for just Attack on Titan. Like, why?
Oh, what?
Why?
No. I'll buy the rest of the Colossals.
I'm literally just 3 volumes away from completing it. I mean, it's going to be cheaper to get like a complete box set than to like be paying a month or just Attack on Titan. I mean, what are you going to get on there? I mean, I got to look this up and find out. But
yeah.
No, they should look at Viz as like, okay, they make about 2 something for this, but then again, I mean, they're so worried about people going and pirating these things. They're gonna do it anyways. If they're gonna buy it, they're gonna buy it. Work on the quality of your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I have a theory, Dan Otaz, about this. You're saying having 2 different manga apps doesn't make sense. You're wasting consumer money. It's true. Again, though, is it a licensing thing? But maybe they're bringing the Viz out to see how it does, and then maybe they'll condense them both into one.
Yeah.
Because they've seen how popular Shonen Jump is, and I'm sure they've seen all the tweets about, well, we want more than just Shonen on here.
Yeah. So
they're probably going to see, is the Viz going to work? Are we going to get a lot of people signing up to read the slice of life and the shoujo? And then, if so, then they'll probably just combine it into one. That's my theory. But those price points for the K manga, unless they're going to have like the anime and everything else on there more than just the manga. But I'm like, why would you do a separate app for Attack on Titan?
Everyone forgets to upload a scan for a company, and it's just profit. Yeah. They're just trying to get more money, and understandably so. But there's got to be, again, switch beloved series to hardcovers, do stuff like that. I'll buy it. I mean, definitely.
And Kodansha has so much they can offer with that digital catalog that they have. Like, it's not like they would struggle, I feel like, to a degree, if they just decided to put some of this investment of time into printing them. Like I said, I mean, they're doing all the hardcovers and stuff, but you've got some award-winning series that are digital only, and for majority of us, we're like, why not just print it? People are willing to pay the money that they're charging for a digital for that instead. Like, it's mind-boggling.
I mean, what about if they put digitally like half the series, and then the other half was like, all right, we're gonna reprint this whole thing if you want to watch it. But they can actually look at the analytics and who's reading it all the way up to this point.
Yeah.
Okay, so here it
I
says,
can't.
Hey, Prof.
Hey, Prof.
Prof.
Yes,
Reading
daytime
David's
shooting
Sunday
star.
But I will be honest. I looked at the Viz app. Either I have everything I want to read, or yeah, that's about it. There's really nothing in there that I
Well,
want to read.
And then I think that's also at preference. Like, you're going to have people who are just strictly about the shonen. And I mean, let's be honest, shonen sells really well over here.
Yeah.
So that could be why they're testing out the Viz app, just to see if it's going to be just as big as a moneymaker as the shonen app.
Yeah,
I
I
think it will
mean, they
be.
hollowed out a crappy app that they had and just put the whole thing in there. I mean, that was genius, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Digital only test the water and makes them a fat bag, and then if it's profitable, they'll print a double dip. Yeah. That's how I think you'll get Red River.
They'll be only be printing the isekai stuff. Like, I swear, sometimes like I don't get this. It doesn't make sense. So I think this is
one of the OG isekais too. It's like, come on.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, they have already an Attack on Titan app.
I think
it's
that's
all
correct.
chapters and graphic novels in the manga, including spin-off series, newsfeed, and interviews and videos about Attack on Titan, the creator. Comics that come alive in motion books only on the app. One button bundle purchases to get caught up quickly. Well, not latest because it's ended.
Wait, shop on Right Stuff. Wait for like a 10% discount to hit your email, or wait for it to go on sale. You'll buy it for like $30 each for the colossal editions, and it's like 7 of them. That's it. Just collect it that way.
Crazy.
I just want to see how Kodansha is going to counter this, because
or as Nick would say, just sell the 7 Cs. I mean, if it's too expensive, if it's too ridiculous, they're gonna find ways. So the best thing you can do with that is work as best you can with it. Hey, Kiki.
I mean, because you're gonna come after Viz going $1.99 for all the shonen, shoujo, and horror and slice of life you can read, and then you're gonna come and go, well, we have price points for different amount of chapters, and everybody's gonna go,
exactly.
Bye.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
And somebody was saying, well, they only have value now because they get the latest chapters. But even then, I'm like, you still cannot top Shonen Jump where they're giving you the chapters for free, the latest one. Like, you just can't win in this situation. You just can't win, it feels like. So
Hi, Tristan. But it's gonna be like, how you gonna spin this to make it look like it's a better option than the Viz one now? Because you're like, oh yeah, here's our price points for each chapter. It's like, okay, what are you offering that's gonna make it appealing compared to the $1.99 Viz app?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
If I'm paying that much money, I want custom art, redo everything, touch it up.
Do I get to keep download and keep the?
Exactly.
Yeah.
On the go,
and not download it onto your app and save it so it gets lost when you finally close down the app either. I want it to be able to save it on my
Nick's got a good point too on that. It's, about the cap.
Yeah,
did they mention they get capped? What did that say in there? Let me see.
It capped at 100 chapters a day.
I don't know.
That's crazy. But if you're reading 100 chapters a day, you need to be buying them. Come on.
Go touch some grass.
It does say that. It says somewhere that it has it in the little asterisk that you can't go over the 100 chapters a day.
Oh shoot! The touch grass asterisk.
Like $79.99 for like bonus points for like 799. No.
That's a good question. I don't have the answer to, but moonbeams.
I would say, I wonder that too, because that Tokyo Revengers is a prime example that we all were like, why? Why did you? I mean, where it just did not make sense. I mean, when you look at what they're printing, it feels like we're just continually getting the same manga, but just a better edition. And, nothing wrong with that. But I think like one of the weirdest ones is like the Cells at Work. You have Cells at Work, the single, then you have the box set. And now we're having, what was it, like a 2-in-1? Like how many of these can you offer? You know, I get that they want to make it more affordable and stuff like that, but like it just feels too much. At least with Viz Media, we're getting a lot of the same things in the fandom. You know, like with the Demon Slayer, we got the Demon Slayer coloring book, the art book, the fan book, the light novels, you know, but they're all different. So it's not the exact same content. Like you still can read and entertain yourself in different ways.
Yeah, and they also put a whole bunch of stuff in digital jail. So it's like,
yes,
you guys not have enough money to print this stuff? Because people are begging you for some of these series to be printed physically, but you're not doing it. So
right. And it feels like the ones we're getting. It feels like the ones getting printed are just like isekai.
Yeah, it's like we don't want more of the same stuff.
Yes.
We want the stuff we've been begging you for, and you know it's popular. So I don't know. And we get like, I feel like we get one manga like a year that's been put in digital jail, and they're like, okay, we're gonna print it, and everyone goes crazy, and it's like, hello,
that's all you deserve.
It's like they just did they just drop? Who is it? Was it Nansha or Yen Press that dropped Horarimi?
I think Yen Press did.
Yeah, it's Yen Press.
Okay.
Yeah, they're like teasing, like, "Hey, we got volume 16." It's like, you know it.
Also making Kadana look bad.
I think everybody did. The bar is pretty low right now.
Well, I mean, who publishes Origami?
Is done right.
Noragami.
Noragami, I have volume 2. Nick, I'm supposed to reach out to you and try to get that one for you. Charmin prints manga and toilet paper hits.
I started to collect the singles, and now they're doing like the omnibus.
Nick has an award-winning idea right there.
Oh God!
Yeah, it's gonna be Rent a Girlfriend edition.
Hey.
Charmin presents.
I'm surprised you didn't say Zom 100.
I know,
that'd
right?
be too easy.
How about Berserk?
Oh no!
Berserk's a little easy, a little busy. Holding down Zom.
It's still there. It's still there.
It never left.
I see that.
I just don't know. I just got to see. Kodansha's going to have to work really hard to impress me now.
Yeah.
When is it releasing?
There's blood in the water, and that is a good thing. When these guys are competing for our money, that is good for us. That quality goes up, everything gets better. So I'm glad to see it.
Berserk will be on tissues.
Here. If Tristan was
blow
still
your
here,
nose
she'd
in it and
understand.
throw it away.
Unlike DC and Marvel, who are not really competing for anybody's money.
Kodansha is screwed. Yeah,
they're very screwed.
They're gonna have to do
something.
very,
very screwed.
Yeah, because when you think about it, or at least I feel like there's something iconic about all of the publishers, and Kodansha has the negative side right now. Because Yen Press, they got the Toilet Bound awesome box set that's coming out. They've got the Manwha with Easy Press, and Seven Seas is giving us those older titles and just giving, I feel like, a diversity of different titles. And now, Viz Media's coming with this. I mean, Kodansha, what can you offer that is going to step up above everybody else in a good way?
Viz has got a lot of hype, especially they jumped in on the free comic book day, free comic book day thing with Chows and X.
Oh yeah.
They're jumping in on everything. So whoever's in charge of their marketing is really putting in work.
That's how I discovered Zom 100. Was it last year? They had it at Free Comic Book Day.
Is that what they did?
Yeah, as long with Kaiju number 8.
Quality for Free Comic Book Day.
Some people are posting. Maybe not the anime, but we'll see.
I don't know. I'm talking about the manga. We're not going to talk about the anime right now.
It hurts too much.
Formula one day. Prof, they could be having a crisis meeting right now because they're probably like, crap.
They're like, oh no, let's get rid of our coin system.
Asian, there's a color edition coming out of Tokyo Revengers.
What?
This is coming out here, or is it just in Japan?
I don't know. I want to find out because
are they done printing the regular one?
I have not heard of this.
Just say it.
Oh, come on, man.
Yes, I need more things to. I need more volumes to support my Berserk. It's a good foundation.
Oh.
Every collection
wait,
needs
what?
Zom 100 to support their Berserks. In the secret. Oh gosh, yeah, they're never gonna let this down.
What they're gonna do, like for every chapter you buy, we're gonna send you a free volume of the manga.
Jeez.
Oh, no.
Now that
We're
would
gonna
be
have to
one
fix
thing.
this.
That would be one thing if you collected so many points that you would, I guess, earn points to buy a volume. That'd be something, but I don't know how that would work out financially.
Because they have a store.
Yeah.
We need to take bets. Like, are they going to change it, or are they going to stick to their original plan?
Let's see. Tomorrow morning there'll be an announcement on Twitter saying that they're delaying the rollout due to some technical issues.
Oh my gosh!
Midnight Roboto posted something that I didn't know the entire context of it, but it looked like the site was down or something.
I saw you share that.
Yeah. So again, I don't know the full context of it. I could be completely wrong, but next couple of days, that's going to be interesting to watch.
You know, corporate came in and said, yeah, like, put this on hold.
Call in sick.
Put this on hold, and we need to revamp things. Yeah. I think they are, Prof. I think they're totally scrambling because they're probably all like, crap!
Yeah. How could they not? How could they not? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, that's what our competitors just kicked us in the teeth.
Yeah. It's like, great.
They're probably like, oh no!
So they did another service for dirt cheap for a lot of series that they're wanting to read.
Yes.
Tomorrow's the day. Tomorrow they say one more day to go. So tomorrow we're gonna find out what's going down.
Kiki.
Kiki, it happened in the middle of the night.
They were supposed to drop the new Kodansha K manga app tomorrow, but Viz Media decided to like rain on their parade, revamp the Viz app, and now they're going to have a new app with much more content, different varieties of genre for $1.99. So I'm telling you right now, you're going to watch Kodansha suddenly come up with some excuse so they can like sit in the conference room for like 3 weeks and try to figure out how to do this.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder for the Junji Ito stuff, since they're getting like Simulpub stuff, I wonder if they're going to release like the Junji stuff earlier than the physical release.
Yeah.
Maybe. Just to get people interested.
Yeah.
Midnight Roboto says it was over before it started what could have been, and it shows like the screenshot on K Manga. Oops, sorry, the service is not available in your region. We completely appreciate you understanding.
Ooh. They're scrambling.
This is a lot of momentum for Viz. They need to do something. So, like announce something else or do something big.
Yes, Kiki. Yeah. Viz or dogs.
They
just came in like they just came in and went butt drop, boom, bye.
Take that, Kodansha.
Mm-hmm.
Thank goodness to those who I remember when I was on this show, I got on their app. Oh yeah.
Snail Chronicles. Oh, I don't need any snails. I'm good.
Oh shoot. Well,
they said they're gonna do they're gonna release chapters like they do on the Shonen Jump. Semi-pub.
Sweet.
Overall, if they kept it at a reasonable price, I probably would check that one out. What's another one?
Right now, you know, Kodansha's other move is probably looking through who they need to get a license of that nobody's been trying to getting a license of, so they can drop that as like a free manga on the app, so people will be like, "Oh my god, they have it!"
Yeah, and they
hurry up and print those hardcover Dragons. Hurry,
Kingdom.
Kingdom now. I don't care the cost.
Yeah, come on, Mar.
Go for it.
Come on.
The link is in the group
chat.
Yeah.
Oh shoot, man.
This is gonna be fun.
I was just dying when I saw that.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I was just thinking, right now, somebody is getting fired at Kodansha.
Somebody got to raise it.
Here we go.
Wow. Is that in the link real quick?
Yeah.
No, Yen Press. I mean, they did their thing with announcing what they had. That was something, but really now the ball's in everybody else's corner. What do y'all got? Viz is really raising the stakes. What else do y'all got to provide for us? Because they're getting a lot of our money.
It's my money. You can have my money.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
How much Kodansha already bet on this release? They released chapter 1 of most of their library last month, right?
Are they traded, man? Let's look at
No, okay, here's the thing. So I found out a few weeks ago, maybe not even then. So sometimes I'll go on Kodansha to go see, like, get the free chapter preview. That feature is gone. It is now, you have to make an account. And I was like, okay, I'll make an account because they advertise it like, okay, if you make an account, you get all the free chapters, right? For all the manga for the first chapter. Wrong. It's only with the manga that they feature on that certain day or that certain week. I was so upset. I was like, this is so misleading. So now you've lost that feature to go read the whole first full chapter. Have to still make an account, but it's not there. So I'm glad that you knew about that too, more, because I reached out to somebody that's like, has anybody else noticed that Kodansha has like a reader's portal now? And it is, in my opinion, so less user-friendly. And I was like, you're putting the nail in the coffin.
Turn to Comixology.
I just sent you the link, Asian Mirror.
Yeah, I noticed that too. I think it was during my live stream. I went to go look through like a chapter or see some of the art inside. Wasn't there. I'm like, is it too new, or I was like, I don't.
Let me stop everybody from subscribing to all these digital services. Stop what you're doing. Read what you have, because I guarantee you haven't. All of you.
It's become a content now on my channel. I'm going to be doing weeks where I'm catching up on my TBR.
I like the video.
You gluttons.
Well, look,
and it's only series I've been reading. It's only series I've been reading. The only ones I'm not going to read are the ones I'm supposed to be doing read-alongs on. But
yeah.
Well, for all the excitement I have for the new app, I will be honest, I did not get the subscription yet. And I was really glad. I was talking to Tizuki Moon this morning, and she's like, and I was so glad she voiced it. She said, I'm so overwhelmed with how many choices there are now. And I felt the same way. I was like, there's so much there that I'm like, I don't know where to start. I don't know. So I didn't do it yet. But then I was like, why haven't I done it? Because it's going to leave. And she said she felt the same way. It's here. Oh my God.
I feel you, Prof. I feel
everybody just got called out.
Yeah. I literally have 620 some volumes I have not read yet.
Hey.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
So you're not far off, Prof.
All right, cool. Give me a second.
How are you doing?
Yeah, I don't know how many unread titles I have, but I think I'm at least halfway. But I bought manga since I last did that count, so I don't know.
How is everyone doing in our new world we live in? Thanks to Viz.
Oh,
Media.
we are having a good old time talking about this. I know you want to talk about this too, don't you?
Yeah, because I remember either I mentioned it in chat or when I came on, or I was like, I love the Shonen Jump app a lot, and I advocate a lot of people to use it, but I hated the Viz app so much because it was literally you had to buy everything digitally. It sucked for me. So when that dropped, I was like, wow. So I want everything, and then it's not perfect, but it's good. It's still good. There's stuff that what can I grab right now that's near me? Where I'm just I looked at my whole library at what I had. I'm like, what can I sell? Because it's.
I did too.
I'm I love collecting 50, but god damn it, it's so expensive nowadays.
Yes.
The only thing I kind of hate is that they removed the linking between your Shonen Jump app, because before, if you had the Shonen Jump app, you can read everything on the website because they technically link. But now it's like they're technically two separate things, but they're not. You can, if you have the web, you can technically still read stuff on the website, but the app, like, it's completely useless. Which I hope, like, later on, they're like, hey, like, upgrade to $5 a month, you get both, and you're perfectly fine.
That's what I'm waiting to see.
Because technically, like, if you get both, it equals to $5. So I wouldn't be like surprised if they go like, hey, like, for $1 cheaper, link both of your accounts, and then you're fine.
Yes.
So,
Oh, that would be.
That's why I'm saying
yeah.
I think they're gonna wait and see how the Viz does. And
yeah.
if they see there's like a big audience for all these other genres, they're gonna be like, okay, we're gonna condense everything.
Yeah. Because
So
I mean,
is this the time to start camping out at the reused bookstores and everything?
Oh,
It sounds like it.
maybe because like it depends. Like, I feel like a lot of series that people have given up trying to collect that are harder, like your Kimi no Todokas, your Bokuranos, like people are just gonna sell those. Like I literally was like, I really want to get Bokurano R's, and as soon as I saw that, like that was the first thing I saw. I was like, I don't have any purpose of collecting that ever now because they're so expensive.
Basara.
Yeah, or Basara.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
I was like, yes. Now I know.
There's just,
I was literally looking at buying volume 1. I'm like, nope, I don't need to.
Yeah. I was the same way. Same
It's
way.
like, wow, now I don't illegally have to read that.
I've been like very hesitant on getting like Kimi no Todoke because I'm like, I really want to start season 2, but I know that it doesn't cover everything, so I'm gonna have to find the mangas afterward. But now, like, that this is a thing, like, I'm perfectly fine. Like, my girlfriend's literally like, hey, like, when are we finally gonna watch season 2? Because like, I watched season 1 by myself and I enjoy that. I'm like, you have to read the manga though, and that's expensive. And then as soon as I dropped, I was like, we can watch this as soon as possible because I can just read afterwards. Yeah. But yeah, there are some exclusions. But what I think will happen is that like during conventions, like the big ones, they'll have a section dedicated to their apps. So, and they'll have like the big one that I noticed wasn't there was 20th Century Boys. Like that's like the big one. Like I have the singles. I would really hope that that's on the app. So like I mentioned it on the chat, but like I can see them doing like either quarterly or biannually. They announce like, hey, here's all of Urasawa's work on the app. Enjoy it. And then like they do a whole cycle. Here's Boichi. Like they get like a big artist or big manga for the time, and like, hey, we know you like their stuff, and like they have a lot of stuff, and they're like their library is gigantic. We're just gonna put it on this app, and then from there they can pinpoint. Because I know when it comes to what they print, they do look at their apps a lot, like stuff like Ayashimon and Red Robin or whatever the canceled stuff were. They only got prints because they were so big on their apps. Because stuff like you would expect, like, oh, like they're canceled, why would you print those out? But no, they had such a big following on the app. Stuff like Black Torch as well, like those did so good on their app that they wound up getting printed. So I see it happening with this as well. And with this, I can see like, oh, these are series that people really want back that we can just like put the printer on and reprint these. Like there's no point. Like there are like there are like a bunch of series, like I've said, that are missing, but I feel like give it time, because I feel like this was just the drop just to do a drop and shit on K manga. Like it'll get bigger and bigger. Like
it'll get fleshed out later.
Yeah. And so the K manga thing is crazy now because I knew nothing about the point system. I just knew that it was coming out on the 10th because I kept getting ads for it on Instagram. Like, hey, like, would you like to register for our app? Because like if you watch a lot of like anime and manga stuff on there, they automatically just give you the app as an ad. And so you pre-register for it, and it was like, yeah, it comes out May 10th. And I was like, all right, cool. And then I forget if on there it gave you every title that came on launch, but I looked at it and I was like, there's really nothing that I would like pay for. Like the only thing was like, oh, like if I really want to catch up to Blue Lock, I know Laura, you hate Blue Lock, but if you really want to catch up to Blue Lock, then it's right there. I've already read all of Tokyo Revengers, so like I'm honestly just collecting those very slowly, so that don't really matter to me. The only like big series they had at launch was Initial D and MF Ghost, but apparently MF Ghost is getting printed or something like that, from what I've heard. So like that was their big series on that like list. Because I was like, where's GTO? Like a lot of people love GTO.
Yes.
That wasn't not on that list. A lot of people like Kingdom was not on that list, even though people know that they own it or something like that. But
Yeah.
like they're a big exclusion. So right now, I think you're probably still gonna get either the price point that they're still gonna do, or they're gonna like remodel and be like, all right, everything is like $5 because like we think our library is great, even though it's okay. It's not Viz, but it's
Not
it's
Viz.
something. It's something. So like
Yeah.
either that or like they're scrambling right now. Like, all right, what are like series that we have like either had in the past or people have been clamoring, and put that as soon as possible on this app. And so when we launch it, it's like, hey, we have GTO, we have Kingdom, Initial D. Here are some new series that people have been asking to get put here over in the States. It's first on the app, and then if you do fine, we'll print it out. So there's a lot of things, but
That'd be awesome.
the thing is that they need to update their library a lot more, because you have free stuff on the Viz app now, and then you still have the ability to buy volumes or see like what they have in possession. And if you don't want to buy it, you're like, all right, cool. If you hope enough people buy it, they might switch it over to being like simulpubbed, and then you're fine with the chapters. And I'm still gonna hold on to my Shonen Jump app, because the Shonen Jump stuff is not on the Viz app. It's on there, but you can't read it like the way you can do it on the Shonen Jump app. So I'd still hold on to that, because like I was like immediately I was like, all right, JoJo, just the books. Dragon Ball is just the books that you see their volumes. I'm like, all right, so not everything, but like they're big things. I expect most of the Jump Plus stuff that isn't on the Jump app now to be on the Viz app. Like I know Dadanon is a website exclusive, which sucks, but I feel like it's being printed now, so I feel like they'll probably like put it on there, because it's kind of too late in a sense. Even though
I'm good with that.
Late.
Keep that off of the digital. Keep people buying the physical print, because that's such a bizarre and funny story. I love it.
Yeah. Stuff like that. I've always clamored, like I think the Manga Plus. I haven't touched the Manga Plus app at all, but it's sort of like what K Manga wants to do. But they have like a shit ton of Jump Plus series that like aren't on any of the other apps, which suck, because like I know they have like Marriage Toxin, which I really want to read, and they have that work by the creator of Hitman Reborn, Psychopaths, that just ended, the detective one. They have like a good lineup, but they just need to bring it over to like a bigger app, and the Viz app is probably going to be that, and like give it like a year or two, and it'll be just as big, if not even bigger than the Shonen Jump app, because it has that name value to it.
Tons of potential on
Danotas has a question for you.
Have they announced about a manga summer pub works with? Will it be more like Shonen, where the chapters are free for a limited time, or manga up where you pay? I think it's they're probably gonna do the same style as Shonen Jump, where like if a series is currently running, you get the first 3, and then you get the last 3. Because I noticed for like series that are completed, you only get the first 3 on that app. Like I looked at Alaboku Urano R's, it's just the first 3 chapters. Kimi no Todoke was only the first 3 chapters. So some stuff is limited, but we'll see. I'm pretty sure if they're simulpub, that means like, hey, we'll do the same thing as Shonen Jump and just give you them as they come out, but like they're limited. I'm late to the party, but I know where people saying that Konoha found a success the point system. Yeah, I know, because
I agree.
we're so used to gotchas, because the point system is, to us, it's gotchas. A lot of people, I know, like over in like Asian markets, it's not seen as that in that particular way as we view it, but it doesn't work with us because we have subscriptions that are like everywhere. We have like Netflix, Hulu, and then we have stuff like the apps that we're using right now. So like, it's cute, but it's not gonna work, sadly.
Yeah. If they were to do something like that, maybe a tiered subscription, like maybe if you pay, I don't know, $10.99, you also get your choice of a manga along with the digital thing, something like that. Just as a starters. I mean, just what the point system's a little weird. Have it something where somebody's invested in that app, to where you read so many things, you get so many points to get something for free, because these companies have free material or something that they can pass off as free.
Like I can see the case where it's like once you get on K manga, it's like choose 3 to 5 series that you really enjoy, and it's their library. So like, if you do the gacha, there's a bigger chance of you getting those series, but still it doesn't work. Because like, what if I get like, random isekai, and I'm like, I just want to read Initial D. I don't want this. Like, it's very hit or miss, and more toward the miss side.
And the poor Swirl, like, it's like Zom 100. I mean, gosh.
Hey.
Yes,
You got an ally, Mark.
yes.
I will say I'm tempted to sell it because now it is on Viz app. So
no, dude, it holds up Berserk pretty well. I mean, I would try it out.
Of course.
How dare me.
Marg, I'm not a hater on Zom 100, but he's had better stuff. I
mean, yeah, Alice in
Alice in
Borderland
Borderland is amazing right now. Like, I'm
loads
reading that.
better, but
Yeah.
Psalm 100 ain't bad, you know?
It's not bad. It's
Not bad.
It's a small W. It's a small W for
Yeah,
100.
yeah.
But, yeah.
What they
It's
could
completely-
do is do like 99 cents, and you get to read like, I don't know, 20 chapters, or $1, or like, you know, $2, you get to read 20. What, you know, it keeps going up from there. Like $5,
like,
read over 100 chapters or something.
Oh hell, $49.99, and you get to do a read along with the manga.
Yeah, the thing that
Copy.
Yeah, the thing that I mentioned, like there are editions in Japan that we don't know at all because we're so like alien towards it. Like the Tokyo Revengers color thing is a thing where like I was completely shocked because I usually go to Kinokuniya in the city because I'm like, all right, like I love this place, and next to the new English releases, they're the new Japanese releases, and so like I always walk over, I'll see something, I'm like, oh, I wish that got printed over here, that sucks. Great. But it's like, it's weird because the color editions are completely, the covers are black and white, and it's just like a character on the roof. And so I was like, that's weird. Like that's their like 3rd edition because they have like a satire series as well for it. It's like what Tokyo Revengers currently is right now is what Attack on Titan was for them like years ago, where they put every spin-off, like here's this character, here's a gag manga, they're all in high school. It's like, okay, cool. And so I was like, oh, it's another spin-off. And then I read it and it's like full color edition, and I was like, wait a minute. And then like I peeked and I was like, it's all in color. So like I would love them to be like, hey, like if you give us if you do the gacha, there's a chance you get a colored chapter, like it's completely in color. Like that would be okay. It wouldn't be like worth it for some people, but like you'd be like, all right, cool. And like if they see like if you read enough of a series, they're like, all right, cool, like we'll reward them with like a colored chapter or a colored page. And so it's something at least. And like the amount of colored editions that are in Japan are crazy that we just don't get here. Like the only thing I know that's full color that we have here is like Dragon Ball. There's like the very thin editions.
Oh, yeah. And they're not
like,
even finished.
Yeah, they're not finished. They look really good. Like Yu-Gi-Oh has like their whole original series is colored for their anniversary, stuff like that. I believe
Wait, what?
they're I think like the 20th anniversary, where in Japan they have like it's all in color.
I was
It's
like,
all
I
in
didn't
color.
hear about this.
Yeah,
It's
no,
like,
like
I will leave this stream
exactly.
right
You don't
now.
hear about this, which sucks because like they have so many good things and it's crappy. I would like something that I would love to get. Gacha is big everywhere, so this probably don't care. Yeah, that's the thing.
Look at the difference between Japanese versus the American. It's smaller. You got the dust jacket.
Yeah.
And everything.
There's just a lot you can do. I would like the incorporation if you're gonna do an app. It would be cool to have surveys on them, because now that we get the simulpubs, give us the survey. Give us the survey that Japan gets every time. What was your favorite read of the week? And it'd be like, all right, cool.
Did you buy it?
Like, all right, cool. Like, you want to buy it? Like, if everyone loves the Ichinose family, we'll print it. Cool. Everyone votes it on the app. It's like, all right, cool. And then I've been watching a lot of Meet the Weeb Family recently. I've been sucked in. And,
I think we all have.
So.
It took me a while because I'm like, everyone mentions them, and I've been very like and so like I watched like a video, and I was like, I think by minute like 3 I was like, I totally get it. Totally get it. And then
I was watching them while I was building the Thousand Sunny. I was like, I would argue with Jacob so much, but I can't stop listening to him.
Jacob put the thought out there that Viz should contact mangakas that do better here and be like, hey, put them on Jump Plus and have them write it for an American audience. Because like stuff like Black Torch is way bigger here than it was over there.
Yeah.
Stuff like Dead Man Wonderland bombed in Japan, but it's loved here. Like stuff like that. It's like it'd be cool because it sucks. So there's so many series that I like true. But there's so many series that we like here that just Japan's like, we good. We're good.
Yeah.
I'm glad you like it.
We like the Lolly Dragon
money.
that we like Lolly Dragon who has been sick this entire time, but we're gonna keep them technically published because
well, too bad, America. You're gonna take more isekai and you're gonna like it.
More cat manga.
I've heard that in general in Japan, collecting manga isn't really a big thing. So most physical volumes over there are printed really small and cheaply, unless it's a special edition or something. No, special editions are also like printed the same way. That Tokyo Revengers colored edition is exactly the same like shape as the regular Viz stuff that they print out there. It's very weird what they do.
They're all the same size though.
Yeah, I enjoy that though. I enjoy that though. Well, mostly the K mangas overseas. Oh, never heard of that app. Never heard of that app.
Yeah.
Like the only company or app I know over there is like Bookwalker, and I don't know how their system is. Like that's the only one I'm like.
Bookwalker's really nice. Like I was late to the hype train on Bookwalker, and I was like, I will never miss out again. I really love how their system is. The best way I can compare it is like if you're on the Nintendo eShop and you buy a game and you get coins because you purchased it on there. Bookwalker's the same thing, and they have coin boost though, where like if it's going on during a sale and you buy it, you get extra coins. And I know like I don't know if her name's Awesome Ashley Renee on Instagram, if it's her or if it's Orchid, but both of them or one of them, that's how they get their digital manga. They're like, I pre-order through them because it goes back, and they've gotten like free manga because of those coin boosts. So their system is awesome. And I've also noticed like Kodansha is very, they do it every time. If they have like a big digital sale and they're like, all first volumes are free, Amazon, it will be late, but on Bookwalker, it's right there. And sometimes like J Novel Club, they used to do big sales only on Bookwalker. So I've noticed and realized like every week they're having a new sale that's going on. So Bookwalker is like a really good place to, I feel like, just check out and read manga on as well. I don't buy anything unless it's like free or super cheap, but that's what I actually buy stuff is when it is super cheap like that.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah,
Nick.
Manga in Japan are printed in tankobon format, which is roughly 6x4 and on lower quality newsprint. It's cheaper media, but still different size and quality compared to the USA. Yeah, I agree with that. I don't know. I just like it better. Maybe it's the dust jacket that sells it for me.
Did Mark leave? Mark, did you go? Are you still there?
I don't know. She's still there.
Right here.
From Far Away is on Viz Media. It is on there. Because somebody was like, no, it's not on there. And I'm like, what? I'm like, it should be. Sorry, I'm finally like scrolling through the app, and I'm so mind blown. I was like, after this live stream, I was like, I'm getting my subscription. I'm like, this is, I'm just mind blown. Like, it's one thing I feel like knowing, but actually scrolling through, I'm like, this is
there's so many like out of print stuff that I've given up on collecting, and I'm just like, I'm never gonna get this.
Viz has a lot of hype right now. Now they got to do 3 shoujo box sets. They do that, and the whole
you've got
computer
Black Clover and Dr. Stone, the 2 right there. They're are like overdue for box sets. So watch.
Haikyuu is as well. Haikyuu. I'm like, look. I don't know who I was talking to the other day. I was like, look, Viz, I said, I see you. You be getting on these fandoms. I'm like, Demon Slayer, we got the light novels. Jujutsu Kaisen, we got the light novels. Spy Family. I was like, it's Haikyuu's time to shine. It's like, they got them light novels in Japan. I'm like, you need to bring them over. I'm like, I'm ready.
Actually, not all the case closed is available.
Yeah, not all of them.
Oh,
There are some series on the Viz app where it's like we're missing chapters, or like we'll get back to you when we have the remaining chapters. But
You
it's like not
own
that. It's not
them.
that bad. It's not that bad. It's like they'll get to it. But yeah, I don't get how Viz has not done a sports box set yet. I don't think they have a sports box set for anything. It's so easy.
Thank you.
Make box the arena they play in. If it's Haikyuu, make it the gym.
Oh,
If
yes.
it's Ice Shield, make it a football field. It's so easy. Like I don't
the
get it.
Haikyuu one, the Haikyuu one in Japan is just like that. I'm like, there's no reason, there's
It's
no
so
excuse that we
easy.
can have it. Yep, thank
It's
you.
so easy. Like have it just be just have it be a shot of them on the field, and then you can easily identify the characters. The Toilet Bowl Hanako one is cool, but it's Kodansha, right? Who's doing it? So like it's obviously like split into parts. So it sucks, but like you get what they're doing. But yeah, like that. Dr. Stone is easily just make it a chalkboard, like make it a blackboard. Like that's so easy. Like stuff like it's so it baffles me how some series are like it's so obvious if you just put it together in your head what you can do with them. Like I probably won't get the Chainsaw Man box set because it honestly just looks like art that's like colored pages that are from the manga. And I'm very scared. I'm very scared for the Promised Neverland one because even though I love it, I forget his name, but even though I love his art, I don't want it to be the same as Chainsaw Man where it's just like the colored pages because I have the art book. There's an art book for that already. Like make it new, make it Grace Field, make it Goldie Pond, like the series that season 2 skipped over. But yeah, you can have fun with those. It's very like the most fun. I don't like. I don't have the Demon Slayer box set, but like I have the Bakuman box set. It's having fun because it's just drawings. The Wotakoi box set is just like it's colored pages, but it's colored pages that look good. Like there are series. One Piece is like they're treasure chests. If you look at them correctly, they're just treasure chests. Like those are fun. So I don't know. Like even though a lot of people don't like the My Hero one, it's a comic book. It's maybe small, but it's a comic book like page. That's it. Like you can have so much fun with these. And so I'm hoping that they have fun later on. Like it's so obvious. Like stuff that's long and ongoing. It could take a while because they do have like One Piece. So like Black Clover might take a while, but there are series that are completed and so easy. Like it. Like I think I tweeted out like during Super Bowl time, like Super Bowl week. I was like, is there any chance you could just drop the entire series digitally for Super Bowl? Like it would just make sense. So, like it just they're missing out a lot on the box set game, and so
I like them because I don't have that much space on my shelf, so I can just kind of stack them. I just need them to be a little bit more sturdy because I have a couple that are starting to bow.
Oh no!
Kodansha will likely use K manga similar to Manga Plus in the sense that whatever exclusive series gets popular on the app will be the one they end up licensing for physical. Can't read that. What is that?
Fingers crossed.
Chi.
Chihayafuru.
Chihayafuru.
The shoujo series, if I'm correct. Yeah. I've heard good things about that one.
It's
pretty good. The only thing that could get worse for Kodansha now is if tomorrow either Seven Seas or Yen Press drops his app.
If it's Yen Press, it's over because Yen Press. Not a lot of people know it, but Yen Press has an amazing catalog that just doesn't get talked about a lot. Like I think besides Viz, I think Yen Press is like the second company I own the most books for. Like they have
Solo Leveling.
They have Noragami's Kodansha. There's something else. I haven't gotten to it yet, but Murcielago's a long series that I have there. Most of the risque stuff that Viz doesn't touch, either Seven Seas or Yen Press will touch that, and so they have a lot. And like their light novel section is actually pretty good. Like those 2 movies that came out like last month, where you can watch them in any order. Those are Yen Press light volumes or light novels, which like they have a good library, and so like they'd probably be like, yeah, let's just drop this, and Kodansha be like, we need to buy things that people aren't. That people want and no one wants to touch.
We're gonna stop
for example,
Attack on Titan.
It's like have you tried our Attack on Titan app? It's only like 5 times the price you would pay for one of Jump's.
like now that this is on Viz, I don't need to buy this anymore. Like I can just sell my
Zoom and
volumes I
enhance.
have.
Yeah.
How do we relationship? It was something I was very iffy on, and I haven't gone back to it. But it's on the app, so like I don't have to collect these anymore. But if somebody pays this man the money, you have a gold mine with this.
Zash
And
Bell.
these
Heard
are
a lot of good things.
this is the Spanish edition. It's Spanish.
It's so
It
thick.
It's thick, and the slip cover is very flimsy because I have to return this because it's horrible. But the quality and the pages are really good, and I enjoy it. I'm trying to flip to something that doesn't have nudity in it because there is child nudity, which is weird.
Oh God.
Zatch is
Yeah,
stupid.
let's
He gets naked. Yeah. Like, they color the pages and it looks so good, and it's like his art like is so good. Like there are series that for some reason people won't touch, and it's either because of creative differences, but like people need to grab at that, and like this is one of them. Like Kingdom is another one which like for some reason it's not here, even though I know it is very long. So like I feel like digital manga will be pretty much as big as it can get, and will get even bigger in the future because like you have like iPad kids, like they're gonna be like, yeah, let's read. I like Naruto, cool. Like it's on my iPad, I can read.
I want
like
it to go away.
And you don't have to worry about back orders and
you
out
don't
of
at all.
stock.
All you have to worry about
price, though. You know, you get into issues where what if they start seeing something as problematic or something that they lose the license to and they just pull it? Now you don't have it anymore. So let's say you're someone who has sold your physical copy, now you can't get to it, or they edit it for some reason because they want to change due to the times, they want to change something in it.
Right.
Then you are subject to do that, or you could be like me, where
That's
my
another
entire
point.
collection that I bought digitally gone. The company went belly up, and all of it gone. So
Yeah.
That's what's happened also with Comixology on the comic book side. I know people, when they had the app originally, had downloaded a lot of purchases of comics, and then when they revamped it, they lost it.
Yeah.
like movies, I don't know if y'all go to half price books for movies, but I actually started going around and looking through there and found a lot of great deals. I mean, there was great movies there for like $3. I'm like, oh my god! And I just went to starting collecting physical copies. If they decide to edit it in any way or pull it because again they don't want to sell that anymore, I have it.
Yeah, I would love if they do at least the Netflix business model, where if something's leaving the app, they give you a notification, or like it's on like when you click on it, they'd be like, hey, this title, like get a notification, like, hey, this title's leaving in a month, hurry up.
Yeah,
get to it.
like if it's
follow
in
it
your
up
like
with
list.
And follow it up with the, if you would like the physical copy, it's on sale right now in our store.
That is Hfield has a good point right there with the physical over digital.
The main reason I use for physical was reading.
I prefer physical too, but I like digital to test out a series because I'm trying not to buy too many things that are like
that. I will give it. There's not enough. They need to put more effort into that and that mentality. Yeah, we don't want to give the whole series away, but people want to have a taste of the series. Is it something good? Focus on that. Don't focus on giving the entire series, and that'll get you more buyers. But print the freaking series.
Yes,
that's what I said. Like what Mark was saying, and like have it with the Netflix format that Anthony said. So then when it gets to the time it's going off, just say, hey, if you want to read more by this creator, or you want to have this as a physical copy, come over to the Viz store or whatever. Here's here's locations that sell it, and here's a coupon so you can go and get it since you are a subscriber to our app. Take notes.
Yeah, if it's a monetary value, how about in the membership as well? It's like, hey, if you're wanting this to get reprinted, add this much more, and then get that moves the bar. Here's the total bar to get from here to reprints.
Yeah, or incorporate like a rating system, like the standard thumbs up, thumbs down, or whatever. Yeah. And so, like, if you have a good like conversion rate at a good amount of time, it gives them like the notice, like, hey, this is pretty big. People really enjoy this. Let's just test it out. Like, cool.
And they really need to integrate the what is it, MIA or MAI? where you show what you rate each manga series. They really need to collaborate with them.
Yeah.
Where you've just read something, now rate it and do all the other things
Yeah.
with it. I mean, those two sites need to come together.
Yeah, kind of
They
like
also need to
Goodreads
do
and Amazon.
surveys.
Yeah, like
But,
Goodreads is really
looking
good
at
for that.
Viz, I mean, they probably just make their own.
Yeah.
They just
They
do
also
like a
something like. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
like just do 5-star, like a 5-star rating. That's it. That's literally it.
Well,
But,
like you could also like, is there something you'd like to see on this app? Here's a
Yeah,
survey. Tell us.
like I said,
7
yeah.
Seas does.
Yeah, like do a subscriber based survey,
Only.
subscriber
Yeah.
only survey. So like you don't have people just coming in like print this, print that. Like no, like if you're a dedicated like give people the emails, like exclusive email. Like okay, you're a member. Here's an email. Here are like what 7 Seas does. Here's a bunch of like series that we are like thinking about. What do you think about them? If you have another suggestion, put it in the other section, and then like by convention time they can like say like hey, like we did polls, surveys, this is what we're considering, we're going to test it out. The first volume's worth of content will be on the app next season, something like that.
And they can also do announcements like this digital only series is so popular we're going to print it now.
Exactly. Like I expect the app to be
a discount.
Yeah, I expect the app to like be integrated a lot into like conventions and like by fall when they do all the stuff in like New York, the New York area. I'm pretty sure like their panels will like mention it a lot. Like, hey, like these did really good. Here's an art book from Japan that is Japan exclusive. We're putting it on the app. You can have all the art. And like, hey, like you guys like this so much, we're putting volume 1 out beginning of next year. Like it'd be interesting.
Yeah. I think these big manga publishers would benefit from doing Kickstarters for physical releases like small indie manga publishers have been doing, but I think they're a little too uppity to do that.
Yeah, they're too big for that.
Yeah, and then with the Kickstarter, you're going to have to like set a goal and make sure people like you're going to have to advertise it. And then there's going to be the question of is that money going to go also to the creator?
Yeah. Cuz like I forget his name, but the creator of Shenmue, they did a whole Kickstarter like their E3 panel. They were like, here's the creator of Shenmue. He really wants to do Shenmue 3. Here's a Kickstarter, and like just presented like that, like hi, my name is Junji Ito. I want a hardcover edition of Uzumaki, like deluxe edition, blah blah blah. Here's a Kickstarter if you're interested, and here's the goal. Make it transparent. This is what we're trying to reach. This is what you get, the benefits. If you hit this goal, it's a leather bound. If you hit this goal, it's in full color. If not, then you just drop down. Like there are things they can do, and so it'll be very interesting to see how the second half of 2023 fares. Now that we have a bunch of like new digital stuff, and how I like my video I did at the beginning of the year, were the predictions. I was like either Kodansha or I think it said Kodansha 17 was going to do an app, and that came true. I didn't think Viz was going to revamp there, and so Night Moonbeams. But like, there's so much that is going to be happening by this time next year, and this is just like. It was such like a sudden drop where I was like, I think I was like falling asleep, and then I saw the video and I was like, oh cool, this video. Let me just go to sleep. And I woke up and I was like, oh, I was about to watch that. That's crazy. And so there's a lot of potential with apps, and so I feel like Viz is probably gonna kick it for Kodansha where it's like, get your shit together, and then other companies will suit where it's like, I can totally see 7 Seas doing an app where it's like we have our things, and then like every now and then we'll ask one of our acquaintances like Kodansha or a Shonen Jump to be like, hey, there's a series you currently have that a lot of people like that you don't want to do anything with. Can we pay you the money and then we'll just put it on the app? Like you don't have to give it to us printed. We'll just do the translations and everything. We'll put it on the app. And so I feel like the one publisher that's very difficult with is Dark Horse, because their library is very out of print. So I feel like a lot of people were much more clamor for like new editions, even though they have again. yeah, like a Trigun. I still think that if I don't know how well received the new Trigun series was because I only watched like 2-3 episodes.
I watched
but-
one and I was I don't know, the
Yeah,
CGI
that's how I
was
felt too.
it kept
Yeah.
stopping at points and it kept throwing me out of it because a lot of the
Yeah.
animes you watch them you're in there, but this one
Yeah.
it kept on the CGI kept on
It's too
I don't know, slowing
computerized.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Like,
watched.
the movements weren't fluid. I
Yeah,
was like, I can't.
I know
it's
it's nitpicky, but it takes you
no,
out of
no.
it.
Yeah, I will say because I got to watch episode 1 early at the last year's Anime NYC. It's meant for a big screen, for sure.
it?
Yes, because we watched
can
it
see
and
that.
we were like, oh, everything's fluid. This is great. And then when the first episode dropped, like to everybody, I have like a small computer screen, like right there. It's very small, and I was like, this doesn't really work. And then episode 2 looked worse, and I was like, it doesn't really work as that. But like, I can still see diehards being like, I like Trigun, cool. I want Trigun, and so
The other
yeah.
thing is, if you know the Trigon story, they took a lot of liberties.
Yeah, which was very weird because when I was at that panel, they flat out were like, "We are fans of Trigun. We want to pay homage." And I'm like, "Is this like they're adapting it or what?" And I'm like, I've heard like different things where like it's completely different, but like they incorporate some of the stuff in the manga, so it's very weird. So like after episode 2, I was like, I'm just gonna like hold off, maybe watch the original, read the manga, and then go back to this because I could easily like watch it in the background.
Oh yeah. So
Yeah.
for this, I'm not sure how far we want to go, but we do have a top 5 that we probably want to get
Yes.
into as well.
I don't know if you were able to put one together because you came.
I can
on
do
the
that. I can just shoot from the hip. I can shoot from the hip.
Yeah.
Okay, we are doing top 5 useless characters, and it doesn't have to be just manga. It could be anime. Okay.
I have a number 1. It's so easy. Number 1 is so easy. Number 1 is so easy. Now I have to think of 4 other
All
ones.
right, and Laura, you have yours in the chat.
Yeah, I have just 2 of them in the chat. You can do either one.
Okay, so we're gonna start with oh boy, this is gonna be controversial.
I know. I know. I don't know what to say about this one.
Let's see.
I have no hate for him. Okay?
Totally agree.
I've got no hate for Tuxedo Mask growing up as a kid. And even now, Sailor Moon, Tuxedo Mask, they've one of the best, most iconic romances. But I just feel like he don't do much. I feel like he is very much the damsel in distress. And I was just like, any memories I have of him besides when him and Sailor Moon kiss is that Tuxedo Mask was a jerk. He's not very nice to Sailor Moon. And he don't be doing anything. So now Grant, I have not watched or read the manga. He's just there. He's just there for some eye candy to make Sailor Moon look good and have a nice Prince Charming. That is his thing. Like I said, no knock against him, but I was like, I felt like he just was sort of useless when it came down to it. Again, nobody hating for it, but that was one of the first people that came to mind, even though I felt really bad.
Oh yeah, Sailor Moon
that's
came
a
on
good
before. I can't remember what anime that I was watching, but I would always force myself to watch that. I'd finally get through it. But there were some interesting episodes, and then the rest of it was just kind of cookie cutter for me. But for this guy, I remember him just doing nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Is there a difference between the original cut and this? Because I know when it came here to America, they edited the crap out of it.
I don't know. See, that's the only one I've seen. I haven't seen any of the newer ones. So I don't know. I tried the newer anime and I said, this is not what I grew up with. And the nostalgic was like, whatever. Sailor Moon will stay in the past as the old anime.
Yeah. He kind of does the same stuff. And was it Sailor Moon Crystal, I think is the new one?
Okay.
Oh,
It's the same. I feel like it's the same.
Everybody's
stuff.
heart produces some.
I was trying to help him out.
Yeah.
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 Number one is the most isekai.
It took me a second for my brain to wrap around that, but I was like, that does make sense. Once it clicked.
Oh, is it my turn? It's Otaku Tuesday, and there goes my mouse.
Tuesday.
Don't.
So, all right. So, YouTuber, father, house husband.
Woo!
Top 5 useless characters, and this got cut off. Okay.
Oh, damn it.
All right, from Vagabond, we got Matachi, This guy, I absolutely hated him. On volume 4 currently, I stopped so I can read other things, and I still love it. But this guy from the very beginning, he's relying on the main character Miyamoto, for just to stay alive, and also he uses his identity to get with a girl, which is low. But he also, while his friend is battling for his life, he takes a second to sleep with this girl, and like this dude is
nearby.
beyond crummy, and it's horrible. And besides that, just completely useless. And maybe he has some redeeming quality, like a redemption arc later on, but for right now, dude is trash, useless.
Mm.
I agree. I totally agree.
Yeah.
All right, Mark, what do you have?
All right. So I actually kind of like this character, but I mean, if you removed him from the story, I feel like the story wouldn't be any different. So, but let me look up his name again. I forgot. It's Ko Nakano. It's from Ajin. Okay. And this is him right here. I really liked him. He's a dummy. He doesn't really know how to bring his Ajin out if you read this, but I mean, he's a good guy. He's just clueless and he has no idea. But I mean, he doesn't really contribute too much to the story, I feel like, but I actually really like him. He's just kind of like a cute dummy. So
and yeah, Mark, shoot, you've had like several manga hauls this past week. It was like I've been watching all of them, like writing down ideas.
Yeah. Ajin's really good. I highly recommend it if you like.
Almost added it to one. I almost did.
That was another one I couldn't watch the anime because it was all that CG.
I've heard.
I want to read the manga.
Yeah. I got the entire series on Black Friday. I think it was either Black Friday or Christmas. They did a sale on Right Stuff where everything was like $8, and I got the entire series.
Yeah,
like, I impulse bought it, and I just bought it all.
Yeah,
nice. All right, Asian Mer, what do you have?
All right. Similar to what Mark said, I feel like I'm like indifferent about this character, but if you remove them in the story, nothing changes. And I don't know why a lot of people, for some reason, like really like this character, but it's Matt from Death Note, Nier's twin brother. They explain like, oh, these two are like the descendants of L. They are like supposed to be as smart as him. He has like 2 monologues. He makes a group, and then he dies. That is literally it.
Wow,
that's literally it. He's not the twin. He's like a part of that team that the twin does. But like people love him. Like, oh, he's a biker with goggles. He looks cool. He gets shot like the second or third scene he's in, and that's it. It's literally completely useless. Because like I remember in the second opening they highlight that group so much, and I'm like, oh, they all look all great. And I was like, oh, that guy stands out. Does completely nothing. Nothing at all. Like I'm pretty sure if you looked at a picture of him, you're like, oh, it's that guy. Oh yeah, he died. Nothing to the story.
Yeah, it's like he doesn't have any dialogue, but he's working them jeans. Right?
Yeah. It's like Boba Fett of Empire.
Yeah, like my best friend was so obsessed with Death Note, like she really loved Death Note, and she's like, Matt's my favorite character, and like, who's Matt? And then I watched it, and I was like, that guy who dies?
Was that in the anime for Death Note?
Was his character? Yeah, he's in the anime. He like gets shot down by like cops or something. He's the biker guy who was like he's like in half of an episode. That's it.
Yeah, yeah. He's there and gone before you know it.
Gone.
Somewhere, Dark Sage is going to be cursing me out for this one, but you know what? We got to be honest, because this is a character in this show who, if you removed him, would have nothing. The show would go on. The manga would go on. Yes,
it better not be.
It is Yamcha. It's Yamcha. Come on.
I like Yamcha.
I like him, but he doesn't grow as much as everybody else, and
he takes aerobics.
Look at the thing next to him.
Oh, the cat's cute. Yes,
the cat.
But
whatever.
everybody else gets killed by like Vegeta or the main villain, but he gets killed by the little creatures like Vegeta like conjures up, and it was like a dumb move, and he's dead like in a minute, and it's like, come on.
Yeah.
And then he can't even keep a girlfriend because he's too busy got with the wandering eye, and then he's wondering why the guy who killed him is now married to his girlfriend.
His story dies right after the Frieza saga. Like when Cell Saga begins and everyone starts training, everyone's doing these badass routines. He goes for aerobics.
Yeah,
he's gonna
or he's hanging out at Master Roshi's house while everybody else is fighting.
Yeah. It's weird because like in the original Dragon Ball, he's a character. Like he's something. And so like the point with him dying the first death, like the iconic death, is to show you like, oh, here's a character that, like, if you had watched original Dragon Ball, which most people didn't, he was something. So like it shows you like the scale of the new characters, but like they completely trash him after that, and he's completely useless until Super, where they give him that mini arc where it's like, I want to be in the tournament, so I should ask them, and I never asked them, and they just go get Frieza, which sucks because I really wanted him in the tournament, because I'm like, I would love to see what he would do, even though he'd probably suck, but I have a soft spot for him, even though I can completely agree he is pretty much useless in Z and Super.
And even Krillin.
Yeah, even Krillin.
Krillin has more of a character development.
Yeah.
By getting a hot wife.
He's like more. He's out there more in the front line sometimes in Yamcha. I mean, he went to Namek and everything, but where's Yamcha's up in heaven, even up there doing just the mediocre compared to everybody else.
I say he was a character that literally popped up on every single list of useless characters.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, he did. I saw that after I put him on my list because I needed one more, and it was like, oh my god, he's on here. They're gonna think.
I agree.
Oh, really?
I think look. This was another shaky for me.
This is.
Is it hot?
I could say in the beginning, yes, but as time went on, I have to disagree.
Well, see, I'm only in the beginning. And, that's why I didn't do a post because I didn't feel it was good. But I feel like that's it. I like Usopp, but I'm glad the manga sloth is not here because that's one of his favorite characters.
Yes.
So I feel bad. I really do. But I guess I don't know what to say, guys. This was one of my shaky picks.
He looks useless. I don't know who this is, but he looks useless.
No,
I mean,
in the beginning, yes.
Yes, in the beginning, I agree. He gets to a certain point where he gets so. What's that thing where you start tinkering with stuff?
Yeah, he becomes like he invents like Nami's weapon, and
he gets very
Thriller Bark. I know you're reading that.
Yeah.
He does something really awesome in Thriller Bark. He uses his disadvantages to his advantage.
Yeah. I hated his character up until the point where in the anime where he goes Usopp's hammer, or Rabbin of Doom. I was laughing for like 5 minutes when I heard that.
The Thriller Bark part.
Yeah, I will say, I think Carrie mentioned it in like an episode or two ago. The English, somebody mentioned it. The English dubcast does wonders for him because he's very plain in Japanese, but Sonny Straight's performance as him is so good where it just breathes life into the character. Because I never really hated him like most people hated him in the beginning, but yes, he is completely useless in the beginning. And I don't know if Laura, if you've gone to like later arcs, but he has like a friend called Sniper King who's pretty good, and I really enjoy him. And
that's pretty much where we stopped because Ace made his grand appearance, like where he's about to fight Blackbeard the first time, I guess, and that's right where we stopped because I was like, I'm not ready for anything else at the moment, and we just haven't come back. Well, I haven't come back.
Yeah, that's where that stops on Netflix too, because I'm currently watching it on Netflix, and I have 2 episodes left, and that's like the last episode where they fight or they get prepared to fight. But I completely agree, beginning wise, but he comes into his own to a point where like I truly believe by even though I love Chopper, by Skypiea, Chopper is useless. more than him, and then it goes back to him being the more useless character. But he does have his moments. But I totally I understand where this is coming from.
Well, that's why I felt so shaky for this one, because I don't feel it applies to the entire story. Like,
Yeah,
Usopp
yeah.
is not useless later on, but I'm like, okay, if I base it off where I'm at, he is one of the few characters that I mean, I don't dislike Usopp, but
Yeah.
just I felt that he was just one of the few characters that came to mind. But I will say, when on one of the lists, I want to know why Kobe was on that list, because I was like, Kobe
Yes.
is not useless, and I
Pro-
was so upset. I
They
was
probably
like,
meant beginning Kobe.
Probably.
even then, like I don't think he's useless even in the beginning. Now I
Yeah,
don't
I
think
think
his
he
friend is either, because I saw he was on the list. But I was like, if you're gonna choose between the two, it ain't Kobe.
Yeah.
It's not Kobe. So, but I'm sorry. I still like Usopp, and I think he has one of the best glow ups in One Piece, hands down.
Yeah, Sniper King of absolutely just loved his
Second
character.
glow
Yeah.
up. I truly believe Kobe is the best glow up ever in like anime in
Yes.
general. But
That
Usopp is a
is
close
true.
second.
Yes.
Kobe's king when it comes to that,
Yeah.
because Kobe and what's
Even
Oh,
though
his
he's like
friend-
Kobe.
the girl in the beginning, the lady that eats the slim, was it the slim fruit or
Oh,
whatever?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
She had a pretty
Yeah.
amazing glow
Yeah.
up as well.
Yeah. It's weird because like One Piece has like some of the best glow ups, and then they have Frankie, who is
I know.
arguably
It
like
seems to get worse. As,
the biggest glow down. Yeah.
Really?
Oh.
I truly believe
Frankie's
Frankie's best look, in my opinion, from what I've seen so far, is his backstory look. That I
Yes.
believe is the
Yes.
best he's looked, which sucks because it very much does go downhill. Where I'm like, I don't like looking at you.
He
Like,
goes
it's-
overboard with the tech.
Yeah.
All right, Bo, who you have next?
All right. So, Box of Light was my most hated series I have ever read, but also want to continue to read. Strange category right there.
That is
So we
strange.
have Dr. Tahini from Box of Light. Now, this character never helps anyone because this is a combination of different stories from different people, and they're all going to the store. And apparently, the store is kind of between life and death. So if you're on the verge of death, you're shopping at the store for some random thing, and stuff happens here. Like you'll have monsters appear. He's absolutely no help to anybody, especially what we perceive as the main character. He doesn't help him at all. He doesn't do anything really. We could really just do without him. He explains a couple things, and that's about it. Yeah, I hate this character, but I love the cat. The cat's actually pretty awesome.
He's a
the cat's
doctor
cool.
that works
Yeah.
behind the counter.
Yeah. Again, this is these guys are dead or on the verge of life and death, and they've been
Okay.
employed by, I would say, kind of like maybe a reaper or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That
Again, I love the ideas in this series. I hate the writing. Good
Yeah.
God, I hate the writing.
Pacing's terrible.
Yeah.
and the cover's so pretty.
Yeah, I've
It
been
is.
drawn to that cover, but like I've heard bad things from everyone who's read it, and I'm just like, that's
No, I did do a video on this one. Check it out. It gives you. I think I left it kind of spoiler free. I think. No, I spoiled the hell of it. No, never mind. I trashed and dragged that one. I gave it its props where I did like it, but I drug that one. Ugh, that's it.
All right.
Okay.
Mark, what do you have?
Mine, something wrong with us. I picked the proprietress. She is right here. Well, yeah, right here, slapping her son. And
Oh my gosh.
her right here. But yeah, oh my gosh, she does nothing but add drama and everything. So you do kind of need her for some stuff, but she is useless when it comes to running the Wagashi, their Wagashi shop. And you got it too?
Yeah. I checked it out from the library today.
Yeah. Like, what does she do? All she does is cause hate and discontent while her son is running the shop himself. Like, she's supposed to be overseeing everything, but she's not. She's too busy causing hate and discontent with the main female lead right here. Yeah, she she doesn't do
I
anything
agree
for the
on
good
that.
of the show.
It was hard for me to move on in that manga specifically because of her character. I was like, I don't know.
She gets so much worse, like
Oh,
going
yes.
through it. But it's I love the series so much. It's so good, but she's just useless when it comes to like what she's supposed to be doing.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. What you got next, Asian American?
All right. So initially, I was gonna go Zenitsu from Demon Slayer, but I felt like that was unfair because I just don't like the character and I haven't seen much content. Like I've only seen season 1 and I've seen the first movie. That's it.
Yeah.
So
That's me too. That's
yeah.
me too.
So and it
Yo,
and
I've
I
seen
and
him too.
I felt that's been that's the movie should have been his moment to shine because the first villain is I put everyone to sleep. He virtually does nothing where like that's where he excels. So I was like, all right, what's a character that like is similar to it? And then immediately I was like, oh, there's a character who's literally Zenitsu, but he's the main character, and it's the main character for Reborn.
Oh,
So, yeah. At a print series,
Yeah.
Kentucky Hitman Reborn. I own all of it. So slight flex, but yeah. I watched the entire anime, and he's completely useless. He is a crybaby for the entirety of the series. He doesn't want to fight anything. He doesn't want to take responsibility. And it's so weird because if you look up the series on like Google Images or something, they all look badass. Like every image is them in like mafia outfits. They look great. You don't get that till like the last 10 episodes. And like he's only badass for the last 2. And I'm like, what was the point of hyping this character up? Like it got to a point where I was like halfway through the series and I was like, I can't stand you at all. Because you literally complain, you whine, and you have cool moments at your final fight of the arc, and then you immediately go back to like wimpy kid, and it very much irritated me watching it, and I struggled through it. I think it took me like a year plus to like finish that entire anime binge, and like I like binged Yu-Gi-Oh in the span of a year, so like I can watch long stuff for like a good amount of time, but Reborn was like I can't do this because we follow you so much and you're just very annoying, and everyone around you is just way much cooler, which sucks.
Yeah.
H Field on the character needing to further the story. It's I don't think honestly if the character is not doing anything for the story, I always ask myself like why is this person even here? They're kind of taking up space. If they're not doing anything to I would say contribute to the story or whatever. Why bother for this series? I really think they should have, I would say, worked on character arcs and just developing the characters because I really didn't care about any character in this series. Maybe Darkness Cat, but I would say the series for me. I'm sorry, on Volume 1, Chapter 3 is where it really begins. I think. So again, the whole thing's a mess, but it has a lot of good ideas that I like. That's the only thing from that. But yeah, boring AF.
Yeah, it had so much potential.
Now I am going to read Volume 2 because again, I want to give him a second chance. It's like, come on, talk to somebody about how this is written. If you can figure out what you did wrong and try again here.
Yeah.
Because I want it to be good.
Okay. My next one is actually an MC.
Yeah, I'm trying again.
Okay. No. I gotta do an intro before I change the slide. This one is a character who's the main character, and I kind of feel like is completely unnecessary, or at least not written well enough to make them interesting. And I feel like everybody around them has more of a development and more of an interesting story than he does. And that would be Boruto, Uzumaki from Boruto. Because unlike his father, Naruto, who had like a challenge, he was kind of like alienated from the village because they didn't want anything to do with him because he had the nine-tailed fox in him, and he didn't understand why they hated him, and he wanted to prove himself that he could become the leader of the village, and he would, even when he constantly failed, he kept trying and trying. Boruto is in a comfy situation with his dad, who is the leader of the village, the Hokage. He's got a mom and a sister. He's pretty much does well at things. He's not like his father, who struggled with school and trying to learn ninjutsu. There's nothing like really character development with him there, and most of the time he complains his father's always working. The dude is the head of the village.
Oh, goodness.
And he pulls pranks like his dad did. Now, his dad did it because he wanted people to notice him and accept him. He does it because he's pissed at his dad. And then every time, I haven't read the whole thing. I don't know if things change, so I'm going to be honest there. But like with the arcs I did read, most of the time he's just kind of like watching things go down. Like his father and Sasuke are doing most of the fighting, and he's just kind of there. Like, oh my god, like this is happening. Even his dad, when he was his age and was up against somebody he couldn't beat, he still went in there and fought. I mean,
you do have that fight where Naruto
like
was going against Orochimaru and what's his name for the first time, and fought alongside the three Sannin, or not Sannin. What are they called?
Yeah, Sannin.
Yeah.
Like all the other side characters, like Sakura's daughter, I forgot her name.
Salad?
Salad. I know. I don't like that enough. But she even has a slightly better, interesting story. You know, she's trying to rebuild her relationship with the father because the father did all these terrible things, and he's kind of like doing this journey across the country to kind of make amends for everything he did, and he barely sees her. Then you have Mitsuki, who's trying to like become his own individual person instead of just another clone from Orochimaru. And then there's Boruto, who's just there. Like, there's nothing like interesting or anything that develops about him. I don't like him. It feels like they could have done something a little more to make him interesting, given him a little more challenges. Most of the time it feels like they're trying to recreate things from Naruto with him, but it doesn't work the same.
This reminds me of that top 5 we had, where it was like the top 5 worst parents or best parents, and we couldn't find. We had a hard time finding good parents in anime or manga.
I am shocked you. I am shocked you've read arcs of that. I've only watched the first episode, and I was like, I had enough.
Oh, which one?
I was like, okay, you know what?
Yeah.
It's starting off slow. I felt like that with Naruto too, but then
I gave it 20 episodes.
I did. Yeah, I was like, I think about the same, and I was like,
yeah,
his father and Sasuke are doing everything. Like,
no.
Yeah.
Like, I watched the first episode of Boruto when it came out, and as soon as I ended it, I was like, I'm sorry, Dad, your story's over. I'm good. I'm good with just having Naruto as it is. Just I am pretty much, and I always hate. It's very rare, but I hate when series do the first scene is a flash forward to something crazy, and you have to wait years for that to happen. And that's exactly what the first scene of Boruto is. It's the village destroyed.
And same in the manga.
Yeah, he's fighting.
It's fighting 2 weeks. 2 weeks earlier.
The big bad. You don't know what's happened to everybody.
Like 5
and
or
then
10
it cuts
years
them as a kid. Yeah, and it's like, as soon as I saw that, I was like, I know I'm not watching this for the long haul. I'm waiting until that part is like about to happen, and then I'll maybe go back to it. But like, I have no intentions of going to that.
Because it basically just says, "Hey, it's gonna suck, but hang in there for something cool." So that's the kind of vibe.
And then it feels like they just try to do the same beat story wise with what Naruto went through. But he doesn't have the same challenges that Naruto had. Naruto was kind of, like I said, he was alienated from the village because they wanted nothing to do with him, because the creature who just trampled all over and killed most of them is trapped inside his body, and he doesn't realize that because nobody's explained it to him. Meanwhile, Boruto's like the son of the Hokage. The only time he ever gets challenged was that one kid who was kind of like, oh, so you think you're all that because you're the son of Hokage, and that was like it. And then he beat the guy. Like,
yeah, I was like on the line of calling him a Mary Sue, but on the line.
Yes, he feels very much like. And then later on, when he does come up against challenges that are too much for him, he's not really doing much of the fighting. It's like Naruto and Sasuke step in, and you're just like,
Now,
Kid
Naruto
the hell?
Shippuden did do that. Like they would go up against. They started off a series. They would go off with some intimidating people from the Akatsuki, but there was always somebody new that was introduced, like the granny in the arc where you saw Sakura actually do something and be actually impressive. But every arc just had somebody new that would be in there and kind of contribute. But it was kind of like they would act like as a training wheel, maybe. But they at least contributed. Boruto just hang in there.
And then they like to do the member berries. Oh, look, remember him? They're still around too. And you're just like, didn't care about them the first time I saw them in the Naruto. It's like, I didn't even know you remembered this character. Like,
so he still got the dog?
yeah, you're like, okay. Oh, so that's the baby that was born in season 7.
Okay. Yeah, I'd say a lot of the fans. I mean, Boruto, I would say, is all new fans.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
most likely.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they don't know the original story. Because if they compared it, they'd be disappointed.
Yeah. And they're growing up with it. Like it's the one they were introduced to. They like it, and they're going to defend it till the day they die. Just like the same thing with us. We grew up with the Naruto, so we're going to defend it.
And they do a lot of things that they don't explain. Like, I still want to know what the hell Sakura is thinking about marrying Sasuke after he tried to kill her all through Shippuden.
Oh, yeah. It must be really good.
There's no character, there's like no development to explain that. They don't even like do a flashback. It's just, oh, they're married. And they don't even act like a married couple. He shows up and he's like, oh, hey, how's the kid? Kid's good. I'm like, are they divorced, separated? What's going on here?
Yeah, even Dragon Ball Z did that thing where they flash back to Vegeta and Bulma. Where they're like, it's like, oh, that's where that happened, because you automatically see them like, oh, Bulma's pregnant with Vegeta's baby. When did that happen?
And Yamcha's in the corner crying.
Cope.
All
right.
Okay.
Laura,
do you have another one?
I do. So I have another shoujo, and it is a girl from high school debut. I cannot remember her name, which is fine because I hated her character in this manga, but it's Yo's sister here.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. She's
I hate her.
Yes.
I hate her.
I hate her already.
Yes, she's very pretty, but that's all she's got going for her. Otherwise, she's completely useless. There's nothing else. If you took her out, it would make the story better. The story was already great. I love High School Debut, but the only thing that was like my only critical thing is just she's so horrible. She's just, that doesn't describe the words, but like here's part of the scene too where
I just thought of somebody. That gave me an idea.
I mean, she's not nice to the main character. She doesn't even treat her brother very well. And she is very much like, she tells her boyfriend, you can only look at me. You can only talk to me. Like when it comes to another girl, like we're even talking about so extreme where she's like, you can't even love your dog more than me. Like she has to be his number one. And in Yo's life, she wants to be his number one as well. And just, she sort of reminds me of what Mark said about that one lady in Something's Wrong with Us, where she just causes drama. And granted, she doesn't cause hate, but she caused some hatred feelings in me. But and the other characters, she doesn't. But she's just so useless. I'm like, you're just a plot device. That's how I feel. Just a plot device.
Laura cuts deep.
I cannot stand her. I was just like, I could just rant on that girl. Like,
bitchy girl.
I didn't like her either.
Well, good. Now that you got me started, I can get on to my next one. Taya. Good God, I hated Taya.
Wait,
I would say
she's Yugi's love interest.
Is she the brown hair though, or the blonde hair chick?
Oh, sorry,
the brown hair chick.
Okay.
Yeah. I included Magician Girl because I wanted the picture to be interesting. So I was like, this girl's entire story arc is like whole thing is just drawing a circle on a bunch of hands. So she tries to make everybody I guess like the power of friendship thing. That's what she's always backing and she's always chanting. She's always getting kidnapped, contributes nothing to any of the duels, laughably bad at duel monsters. Absolutely hate this character.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Her story arc is just one episode.
Yes.
That's it.
Oh,
Yeah.
She has technically two if you count that. There's one episode where she duels Mai to get Yugi to feel better, and that's it. She loses, or I think she loses, and she's like, "But I had fun doing it, and you should have fun doing it too." And it's like, all right, cool.
Mai was an awesome character. Give me more Mai. Give me less Taya.
I like Mai. I was gonna choose Tristan because I feel like he probably is more useless because he flat out says I can't duel for shit. But
yeah, that is true.
I want to refrain from Yu-Gi-Oh.
And he did lose when they were. Well, he was like the only one that lost.
The
VR duel.
The VR duel. He was the only person from the main group to lose. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's it for mine.
She reminds me of apparently Lucy from Fairy Tail is also on the most useless character list, but she reminds me of that where like I guess like Lucy's supposed to be very powerful, but she's always getting kidnapped, always needing Natsu to come save her, and just has like I guess no other good qualities about her. And I did not know this until I saw all these comments. So
all right, Mark.
What do you got?
All right.
Mark?
Like Laura, I don't care about this character's name. I don't even know it. I don't care to know it.
Yeah.
I never hated a person in manga so much as this main character. Or she's not a main character, but she's from there we go. Princess Jellyfish. She's this person right here. Every time, and right here on this corner right here. Every time she comes into the story, she's blabbering on about some kingdom show or something that
okay.
is popular in Japan. No idea what she's talking about. I just cringe every time she comes onto a page. I'm just like, oh gosh, we're gonna have to hear some kind of garbage about this show that I know nothing about. She's the most useless character. She has one part where she actually does something, but she's so annoying through the whole thing that I'm just like, please get somebody else to do it. Anybody else. She ends up modeling one of the dresses, and that's the most she's done. I'm on volume 5. This is where I've left off. So she hasn't done anything in these 2-in-1. I think these are 2-in-1s.
I think so.
So she's oh gosh, I don't like it. She's whiny, she's complainy. Yeah, I just don't like her at all.
Oh man.
Mark, is that a cart behind you?
Is that a what?
Is that a cart behind you?
Cart. Oh, right here?
Yeah.
Yep.
You're like mine.
That's my
manga haul?
Manga haul. Yeah, manga haul. I've got Buddy Reads up top right now and some volume 1s on the second level. And my haul on this. Wait, is that chick who dresses up? Yes, that's the one. Yeah, I don't know her name. Don't care to know her name. Every time, sometimes when she comes on the panel and she's just blah 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 blah, I'm just like skip. I don't care what you're saying. Skip.
Yeah.
All right.
What's your next one?
Asian Mary?
Yes. I will. My number 2 will be the first character that popped into my mind because I'll do something different for number 1. Out of all the characters in Naruto, you would think Sakura, but
yes,
it's not.
I would think that.
But it's not Sakura.
Oh.
Tenten is the most useless character in the entirety of the Naruto series. Yes. Yeah. If you don't know who Tenten is, she's the female who's in the team with Rock Lee and Neji. Her ability,
she fights with scrolls.
She's the master of every weapon. She has scrolls that can release any weapon. She wins no fights in the entirety of the manga. Yet she has like arguably like the most practical power that you would want in real life to be able to control and throw out anything at the power of will. And she just is completely useless. Sakura has her moments. She has a fight with Sasori. She has the whole ending part with the rest of Team 7. Ino has like the whole thing when they're kids, and then Team Asuma, Team 10 is amazing. So it leaves Hinata or her. Hinata has the pain arc, and Hinata marries our main character, and she has nothing.
She also has the audacity not to cut her hair.
Yes, she completely. There's two characters in the entirety of the series when they transition to Boruto, don't change. It's Rock Lee. He gets like a scarf or something, and Tenten looks completely the same. Completely useless.
Like she never did.
Yes,
I see nothing wrong here.
Nothing. Completely useless. Like you would expect, you have the power to throw out anything you would want. Yes, he can write women.
That is.
He
that is
cannot
correct,
write women, but he will give them their moments when he can.
Yep.
Yes.
Even though they're very few apart, he will. That character, for some reason, never got their moment, and it's so much missed potential because just the amount of things that you could do with her. They're like they introduce like legendary items and weapons that you can use. She never gets a hold of them. Suigetsu, who's like on Sasuke's team in Shippuden, gets a hold of like legendary weapons. She's the weapon character, and she's completely useless. Nothing of relevance happens to her.
Anything with her.
Yeah, all the annoying things you think about Sakura when she teases Naruto, that's just what she is to Rock Lee. Literally teases Rock Lee like, "You suck. Neji's better," but that's it. And she has no redeeming qualities at all, which is like that was the one when you mentioned the subject. I was like, 10. It's so easy.
Yeah,
she has arguably the best thing, but she does nothing with it.
Jeez.
All right, my next one is a character I actually find hilarious. It brings a lot of comedy to the show, but let's be honest, he's only got one use in the whole show, and it's not even really necessary. It's Kana from Bleach.
I don't even know who that is. I've never seen
What's
him.
Bleach?
What's Bleach?
He is
series
is like a modified soul that they created that was supposed to like because when the main character leaves his body to become like the Shimigami to like fight off the evil ghosts, Khan will jump into his body and pretend to be him until he returns. That's all he does.
Yeah, because they realize like, hey, we can't just leave a carcass out of nowhere because you can transfer him at any time. So Kona's like, yeah, he's a failed modified soul.
Yes, he's failed.
Yeah, because
he's a little crazy the first time you meet him.
Yeah, because the guy who gives him the candy was like, oh wait, that was it's discontinued. That one isn't good. And we had Cone, and he literally is just a comedy character, and he's useless. Yeah, from what I remember, and from what I've seen so far.
They stuck his soul inside a lion, stuffed lion.
Yeah, stuffed lion.
To take over Ichigo's body, but that's it. I mean, he's hilarious, but that's it.
Yeah.
They give him a couple filler episodes like later on in the series, but that's pretty much all you get with him.
Yeah, and it's not even important. It's like,
it's not. They're filler.
I had no interest in that series.
I'm currently watching it. I've been stuck on episode 20 something for like 3 months. I tried doing a whole
too much
Twitter thread.
Filler.
Yeah, I tried doing a Twitter thread. I'm like, I have no interest in watching the series. It's dragging so hard.
There's too much filler.
And a lot of people are like, you're like 2 episodes away from like the first big fight. That's amazing. I'm like, you're dragging it. Like, it's
because they think that like, oh, we're gonna take like 5 years to run around this temple and get to the. And it's almost like a video game. Oh, now I got to battle this mediocre person to get to the next mediocre person to battle the next mediocre person.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of like, can you please just cut this crap out? We don't need it.
Yeah, like
right,
once you hit the first like main arc of Bleach, you realize none of the main characters are likable, besides like Orihime. And if you like Ichigo's likable, but literally the main cast is like.
These are horrible people.
Laura, go ahead. Sorry about that.
I feel bad for this one. Okay, just please think in context of all the characters, okay? Because I like this character.
Right.
If we're thinking about useless character, I gotta go with him. The Bicyclist of Justice. I mean, is any other hero completely useless and pointless in
You
this
gotta give him A for effort, though.
Yeah.
You do, and that's why I'm like, I don't hate him. I don't hate him because I really admire how he's like, I know I'm gonna lose this, but you can't help but love
But
him
I'm gonna do
because
it.
he
Yes.
has no powers. But I'm
Yes.
just, in light of everybody else, I mean, he's just got nothing. He's just
Yeah.
got nothing for him. But that's what makes him, like I said, great. Like he says, I know more than anyone else that I'll never beat you, and it's 100% true. But
Yeah.
I just,
But damn it,
He's got
He's
heart.
gonna go out there and
I
try.
love him. I love him.
Yeah.
I love Moomin Rider.
Yeah.
I do too.
And when it comes to top 5 like anime monologues, his monologue that she just showed is like
Yeah.
animated. It was beautiful. The sound,
was.
the score for it, his emotion, it's amazing. And then he just gets washed. I'm like, damn, that
I was
part
ready to
sucked.
like, I
Yeah.
feel so bad for him, but
Yeah.
you just can't help but
Yeah.
admire him. It's like I see
Yeah.
why he's like, the people love him in the
Yeah.
manga because it's hard not to love him, even though it's like
Yeah.
you're totally
Yeah.
weak, man.
Because that episode of season 1 where that happens, they bring Ghibli staff in because the pedestrians look like Ghibli characters if you watch the scene over again.
Oh,
And so everything looks beautiful as he's giving you the speech about like, I suck, but I have to protect the city because this is the city and I'm a hero. And then
Right.
he gets knocked out and everyone's like, oh god.
I know.
Because like they cheer him on like, yeah, you can do it. And then like instant knockout. I'm like, wow, that's crazy.
This was
But
like the first time I read like the manga, and I had never heard what was his name. It's like funeral suspenders. Have you got? I was like, what kind of hero is this?
Like useless one.
yeah.
I was like, that was an anime, and I was like, this is content I've never read before. So, yeah. And his power was just him being swung around by his suspenders while the other dude took him out. I was like, he died. He got
What
taken
volume
out.
was that?
That's
Volume
5.
5.
Yeah.
5? Okay. I only have up to 3, but I feel like I need to.
Yeah. What
Oh, it's a
early
good series.
Early on, like the hero names are ridiculous because it was first a webcomic. So one was just like, I can name these characters whatever I want. So like later on, obviously, like they get better names.
Yeah.
But, like at first he's
Get
like,
more polish on 'em.
this is just me doing it for fun. Here's suspender thing.
Yeah.
I love that.
Grape head. It's like, oh, that's charming. So you get that, but yeah, later on, like they get more serious names.
Yeah.
Jeez.
All right.
Oh, my turn. So what I went with was, yeah,
Oh.
Mark, I'm coming for him.
I mean, he
Kazuya,
is pretty useless.
The most useless main character in all of anime, manga, and all of otakuhood.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, 0 character development, and always is a hindrance to everyone around him. Always brings people into his lives, takes no accountability, no responsibility. Manipulates others into giving him sympathy by showing how pathetic he is. Basically, I mean, that's just, I know I'm being a little rough on that, but yeah, that's basically what he does. Like, he's so pathetic, and everyone's like, oh, well, maybe I should give him some sympathy. And then that's how he gets all these points, is because how pathetic his kid is, and no redeeming qualities, and no permanent story progression or character arc. Like anything that any kind of arc that he gets resets at the next arc.
Yeah.
That's my rant.
I agree.
There is more. There is more to rant with this character.
I'm caught up with the series, and I'm like, I hate him so much.
I knew I was not gonna like him when the ending lines of the first episode was, "How many times have you masturbated today?" And he goes very softly, 3 times. And I was like, "What is wrong with you?" And then like,
I don't like that part of the manga.
Yeah. And then I wasted. I will never hate so much time I wasted on season 1 with the ending scene being him confessing. And it's like, awesome. Season 2, like there'll be a couple.
Reset.
Ending song.
I know.
After credit scene. As a rental girlfriend, I like you. And I'm like,
Oh,
I don't want this anymore. I don't want this anymore. I was like, I'm not watching season 2. I'm not reading the manga. And I'm so glad I decided to drop it that moment, because I was like, yeah, there's nothing redeeming about him. He was going to be my number 1. He was going to be my number 1. But
I had this kid that was working for me, and I told him about this series, and he goes, "Oh, you mean Simpa girlfriend?" I'm like, yeah, basically what he is.
All right, Mark, what do you have?
Okay, so Laura's rant reminded me of this person. It's It's from Peach Girl. I accidentally grabbed the Change of Heart one, which is a sequel to the first one. But it's this character right here, Say. She is terrible. She is a useless as a human being. She adds a lot to like the drama and everything of the story, but as far as being a kind human being, she's useless. I mean, she's terrible. She's backstabbing her friend, and she's the worst. She's the absolute worst. She doesn't show up in the second or the sequel too much because, you know, she kind of learns her lesson, and then again she doesn't because she still does stuff to mess with the main characters, but she's the worst.
She's just the worst.
She's the worst.
All right, Asian Mirror.
All right. I feel like we've been overall fairly negative on our useless characters.
Time for some positivity.
Now it's time for some positivity. A useless character who we all know is useless. That's the point. He's useless, but we love him. Daybreak from Spy Family, aka the spy who wants to change the grades in that one chapter.
Yes.
It's like season 1 part 2, or it's like very early on where it's the midterms and Lloyd is like, hey, I gotta change Anya's because she's stupid.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna sneak in as a teacher and just switch them, and lo and behold, there's this guy, and he's also a spy, but he's horrible and he's useless.
I forgot about that.
He can't notice the traps. He doesn't have a disguise. He says his name out loud. My name is Daybreak. I am a fan of Twilight and I want to be famous. And he's completely useless. And I'm pretty sure like one of the first lines Twilight says is, this guy's completely useless.
I think he does.
Yeah.
And so he's useless, but that's his point. And I very much do enjoy that character, even though it's a one-off character. But I have hope that like later on because they incorporate more one-off characters as the story goes on. I'm like a couple chapters behind, but I'm hoping like he comes back in like just another one-off because he's useless, but it's a fun useless. It's a useless that we can get. Yes, we did.
Yes, we missed it.
Wouldn't be surprised if they don't release it tomorrow. That's all I say.
Exactly. Suddenly technical issues.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Daybreak, a fun one.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
I forgot all about that one. That is a good one.
When you guys are going, oh yes, definitely. When you guys are going like positivity, like I like this character, I'm like, please don't say Daybreak. Please don't say Daybreak.
I am shocked that he's on here. Carrie, you have to explain to me because I didn't get half of the My Hero Academia useless characters.
He is pretty much like the lower level version of what's his name? Kirishima.
Yeah.
Kirishima. He is just like the same abilities, but not as good.
Right.
So it's like even when they have their fight, he's not as good, even though he's using the same methods.
Yeah.
So you kind of feel bad for this guy. He's just like the bad copy of the other guy. So it's like, poor kid. And he's like, always like, well, you know, we could be buddies, and we could, and then you just feel really bad for him. I do.
Yeah.
It's just like he's got nothing that makes him stand out from that.
Yeah,
I feel like he was just made to be the friend that's just like him. That, I mean, if I'm remembering the character right, like I don't see him having like any other value outside of it's just cool when they're together because they're so similar.
It's weird because they place him as like the representative for the second class. Like if you think of the second class, he's most likely the first character you'll think of, and it's like you're useless compared to other people. Like it shows you the gap between the first class and the second class, and then like the whole plot. Like I'm your friend. We train with the same person for our training session, but it's like Kirishima has Bakugo, who he sees as a friend. So I'm like, you're completely thrown to the side, and it's like he has like a moment or two, but that's pretty much it. And like there are more interesting characters in classes below him, which is very sad.
Yeah,
like the tech girl is more interesting than him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I feel bad for him. It's like there's no development outside of that for him.
Yeah.
You're just like
Yeah.
nothing.
And then I don't know how far Laura's gone into the series, but they introduce a new character to their class who's like, all right, you're way better than everyone in this class. So great.
Yeah.
And so like
Oh my goodness.
you're completely useless.
Oh, poor
Went
guy.
down
Oh.
even further.
It's like, here's your transfer student. It's like, oh, we remember you. We remember you a lot more than these guys. Great.
Oh, man. I don't even remember where I stopped in My Hero Academia, to be honest. I don't have a number 5. I just
That's okay.
wanted. I can show you guys this pin I got in the mail the other day.
Oh.
Speaking of My Hero,
I don't even collect My Hero Academia anymore. I gave you my pins, Carrie, but I got him in a free
no.
bag. And I was like, he's just so pretty. I'm like, I think I'm gonna keep him.
He's
Yeah,
pretty
he's
cool
cool.
looking.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him
Yeah.
and Bakugo.
So I was pretty
Him and
excited.
Bakugo are together. They're hilarious together.
They are.
Yeah.
But
They're like the
that one-
total opposite of each other.
Yeah.
All right,
But that
cool.
was not my number 1. Just I do not
No.
think he is a useless character. I just
Todoroki's like
wanted to
Todoroki's great.
You can take my runner up is Shinji.
I saw him on a list, and I was like, I wonder if Mark's gonna actually voice him because
No.
Yeah.
Oh, for mine, my last one, number 5, will be Magikarp.
oh my goodness,
God bless him. I hated this character. For one, all he does is splash. Of all the Pokemon and all the Pokemon moves, this guy's only thing is to splash water. That's his only attack. And in the video game, I absolutely hated grinding this character to get to his evolved state because he would die. Like, he would get one-shotted by any and everything. So you had to keep him alive in every single battle. I hated him.
man.
Yeah. There's I forget what series it is, but because the whole thing with Magikarp is that he only learns Splash until like level 15, and then he learns Tackle, which is like the beginning move to any like starter. But it's like there's an episode where they grind him up to learn Tackle, and it's like, oh, that's nice, but you're completely useless.
So he turns into that blue.
Yeah, the
sea
blue
monster.
sea creature.
Gyarados.
Yeah, Gyarados.
Isn't he like one of the most powerful characters in the game?
Yeah, but Hyper Beam is only so worth it. I mean, hell,
Yeah.
just find something easier to get with Earthquake, and you got the game.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really interesting to know. I don't know how to compute that information.
Magikarp sucks. There you go. No.
All right, Mark, you're up.
You might want to skip to Mer because I forgot to look up the character.
Well,
yeah.
if you want, I can kind of go over something.
Oh,
Alright.
here it is. Here it is.
One
What'd you
Piece.
get?
That looks like
Oh,
the
it's the
Oh,
booster.
Card
That's
game.
card game.
That's the starter deck, right?
Yep. So everything's like out of print right now.
oh
All right,
man.
Mark, what do you have?
Okay, so my character comes from The God's Lie. Oh snap! Were you going to? Laura, you were going to read this, right?
I've already read it. I've already read it.
I haven't read it, but I wanted to read it.
Okay, maybe like don't listen to this.
Okay. I'll turn to here. I'll turn down my thing. I'll turn down my volume.
Okay,
Almost.
I'm sorry. I just remembered that.
Read the computer.
Okay, but it's basically the dad in this series. Completely
useless.
He leaves his 2 kids after the mom takes off somewhere. Leaves the 2 kids with his the grandfather.
Grandfather, yeah.
When randomly the oldest sibling finds him in the street kissing on this girl, okay? He turns around, sees his daughter, and then
The girl goes, "Do you know her?"
yeah, the girl says, "Do you know her?" He was like, "Nope." And he waves at her and walks away after leaving her for months on end. And I'm like, are you kidding me right now?
Does he have the milk that he left for?
Over his own daughter?
Cigarettes
and just like, nope, don't know her, and like waves at her and leaves. I'm like, and he never comes back, or at least we don't think he does because he's never mentioned again. I don't think.
He never comes back.
Yeah, never comes back. I'm like, what a complete dirtbag.
Yeah.
Useless person.
Oh my god.
In all of manga.
Like,
so.
At first I thought you were gonna say like the younger sibling, because I'm like, yeah, he's useless, but I forgot about the dad because he's mentioned so little, but when he's brought up again, it's like, what is wrong with you? And it's like
worst parent ever.
the amount of things that happen in just like the day, because I think the big plot twist happens the same day he leaves or the day after he leaves. It's like, what? It's like he just never comes back, and it's like, it
never comes back.
Very much a case of like, I'm gonna go get milk, but it's more grandiose, and then he leaves, and it's like, what?
It's disgusting. I'm like,
Laura, definitely read it. I did the whole one shot-a-thon the week. I still have to, like, I recorded everything. I just have to edit everything because school sucks. But I can confidently say that is the best one shot I read throughout that entire week, because it's really good. Like, the only thing I wanted was like an epilogue of like a time skip in the future, just to for like closure. But besides that, I completely loved that entire series, and the twists are really good. But yeah, it's like really good. Like, I praised it in like when I did my whole like review on it. I was like, this is great. Like, this is what I want from a one shot, and it delivers.
It does. It's really good. And it's so much packed into that.
Yeah.
It's like a regular like Viz volume, basically. And
yeah.
It's like, wow.
Yeah. And you would think like at first it's like, it's kind of slow, and then when it kicks into like what the main thing is, it goes and goes, and it's
cranks
like, all right.
out like
and
high
like
speed.
you're enjoying the story, like, oh, this is like really good. Like, all right, like obviously this kid shouldn't be doing this, but like, cool. Like, all right, like they're probably gonna get found out, and like they're probably gonna like get like kicked out or whatever, and then the twist happens, and it's like, what? And then they explain what it is, and I'm like, and they explain the time period. I'm like, you did nothing at all. It's very. I don't want to spoil stuff. Even though like the dad stuff is sort of spoiler territory, but you will literally like eyes wide open, jaw drop when you find out what happens to like why they are truly alone. It's very very sad and messed up. But yeah, like if you have it in your, it's one of those like if you are looking at your shelf and it's on there and it's collecting dust, clean it up immediately and just grab it and pick it up. It's you can read it in like 20 minutes, but you'll like enjoy it, and it's pretty to look at. Like the art is really good for one shot.
I'm trying to see
I will buy whatever this manga puts out.
Okay, here we go. Well, did you know that I'm looking at my library? Did you know that they have I know they have the Golden Sheep, but they have a series by Tokyo Pop called Immortal Rain, and apparently it's like 6 or 7 volumes.
What? I did not know that.
I didn't either. Just I googled the manga creator's name, and that actually popped up first. And I was like,
I'm definitely gonna look into that.
Yeah, I need to pick up the Golden Sheep soon. I enjoyed it so much.
If you like God's Light, you'll definitely like that one.
Yeah.
But do you cry at the end of the Golden Sheep? Because that's what I've heard from people.
I haven't read it. I wouldn't be able to tell you.
I don't think I did.
It's not a depressing ending then?
I don't remember it being like that. It's been a couple years since I've read it, so I might need to reread it. But I didn't find it super depressing.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Good to know.
Because I don't like depressing stuff, so if it's still in my collection,
you need to be in the mood for it. You need to be in the mood for it,
yeah. All right. Ashmar, what's your last one?
This can be for both anime and manga versions. Besides the main 2 characters, literally every character in this series is useless. And
I hear about it being. I hear it praised like left and right.
Yeah.
I watched one episode, had no interest in it.
Yeah, me either.
I before I did MangaTube, I made 2 video essays on 2 series I liked, Inuyashiki and this. Stay away from the manga version. It's really bad.
Mm.
They do new things, but all the goofy, quirky stuff you get in the anime is like not present here. Like all the stuff that like it's known for is not here. And then they do give you some new interesting stuff with some characters, but they immediately drop it afterwards. Like like not the main girl, but the girl that's dating his brother that's gone far away. In the she's known as a smoker in the anime. In the manga, she smokes because she's an arsonist. She burns down a building, and like she has fire pyrokinesis or whatever it's called. She has powers, and like they give you a vision like, oh, she burned down this building like a while ago. Drop it immediately after that. No mention of her. She's like in 2 panels after that, and that's it. The main girl that's like interested in the main character from school, she turns into an alien, and they attempt to run away, and it fails. They like run away for like a day, and then they get captured by Haruko, and they're like, all right, let's go back, and nothing. And she's stuck as an alien. Like it just happens to her, and she's just okay with it. And like, this was like, I wouldn't say this is the worst read. I would say this was the worst read of that readathon, but this was the most frustrating because they had so many interesting things, and they immediately drop it. And then the ending is probably the worst ending I've read that week because the ending is horrible. Where it's like, in the anime, like I'll get into spoiler stuff. Obviously, I'm spoiling stuff, but in the anime, the last episode is really good because like the anime is like about adolescence, like growing up, learning puberty and stuff. Cool. And so in the anime, he's like, oh, I want to run away with you because she's an alien. She has to go back. She's like, I really want to run away with you. And she denies him that like, you can't run away. You've already grown up because of me. Deal with what you know now and learn to grow from it. And that's like cool, but you wanted more. In this, they defeat the bad. Like he says like, I want to run away with you. Cool. They beat the big bad. She disappears. Everything is like basically destroyed in the city. An old lady out of nowhere teleports him into an alien world, which I guess is her world because she pops up again as a clone, and it's like, you're here now, cool. They kiss, which is very weird because it's alien. Like looking at them, it looks like an age gap, and it's very weird. And she immediately leaves, and then an alien cat or something goes up to him and it's like, hey, you're here alone. Yeah, here's the best that she had. Ride it and get out of here. And the ending is him trying to ride the Vespa, and then he cries because he can't get out, and that's it. And it's very miserable. I'm like,
oh no,
it sucked.
No.
And then I don't know if this came before or after the anime, but like the anime is way better, and it was very frustrating. Where it's like, it's like, wow, he went through so much just like in the span of like a couple chapters, and now you're like, all right, cool, get out of here, learn to get out of here alone. You're like 12 and you don't know how to drive anything, and like he breaks down crying, and just cats are looking at him like, I'm like, this is how you end it? That's
goodness.
It's very frustrating, and I'm like, I will stick to the anime version, even though that it has aged, but I believe if you're gonna experience it in some way, 100 times that's the easiest way and best way.
Gotcha.
Like easy, like if you have like 3 hours just to kill, put that on, watch the 6 episodes. Like you'll laugh because there are references that like you wouldn't expect in anime. Like they do a whole South Park scene where they look like South Park characters, and it's goofy and it's like funny. Also watch it in English, it's actually good dubbed. And yeah, like it's goofy and like it's enjoyable, and there are things you can take out of it because like, oh, even as an adult I can watch it and be like, oh, I remember when I went through that as a kid, and like it's very much like growing up and a coming of age story, which I did enjoy. This has nothing to do with that in the manga, which was horrible. Yeah. It was rough. I'm like,
all right,
my last one.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I haven't gone that far, so I can't say.
I don't know. I'm trying to think
All I'm gonna say is he just spends most of the time being like a perv. Okay, yeah, it's like he's got an ability that even Sanji is jealous of, and he's not really much of a villain. He just it's all about Nami.
Oh.
without
Mhm.
spoiling anything. It's yeah, he
What
just
arc is he
wants
in?
Thriller
Oh,
Bark.
Okay, Thriller Bark.
the what?
He is he doesn't do much of anything villain except like kidnap Nami. And even
Interesting.
then yeah. And there's another thing that was really uncomfortable he does to Nami that I don't want to
Mhm.
spoil. I know Bo knows what I'm talking about.
Yes, it was a very
How
good
did he-
spread.
Oh, great!
No.
All you had to say was spread. All you had to say was spread, and I already have ideas.
Yeah, so that's my last one. I mean, without spoiling anything, yeah, he didn't. It was just him being like a simp for Nami, and trying to keep Nami all to himself. That was his whole like freaking arc.
Mm.
Yeah.
And then you bring Sanji in it, and it's him versus Sanji. It's like, okay.
I did like how
So, yeah,
Olaf like walked in and he was like, "Oh, Nami, thank you."
Yeah.
I think that's what he said.
Oh yeah, Usopp walks in with a Chopper, and Chopper's like, "Why are you thanking her?"
Oh yeah.
He has
You
an
have to-
interesting character design.
Yeah, as I said, the character design is
Yes.
very interesting.
When you get to the Thriller Bark, there's a reason, and
Okay.
it's got to do with like this one member of the warlords who is a scientist.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna
Okay.
say.
Okay.
I have ideas.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Well,
It's-
the
yeah.
app released, but Kodansha dropped the ball. It's not like the Shonen app or Viz app.
Oh,
Is it already out?
Yeah,
It
I just got a notification for it. It's your pre-order of K manga is now available. Okay.
Oh.
Oh,
we're just gonna have to take a look at that tomorrow.
I can open it. It gave me access to it immediately.
Oh shoot! Why didn't
Are
that
you-
thing?
Whoa.
Are you able to
Well-
give us able to tell us something in a minute if you think
Yeah,
it,
let's see. Let's get reading. I was reincarnated as the seventh prince. I don't care. Except terms and agreements. Okay.
For a second I thought that was the title. I was
Read the
like,
terms.
what's the price? What's the
Okay,
price?
let's see. Ranking. What is
Have to
what?
unsubscribe to Viz Media is part of the terms and conditions.
What
Never
is
gonna
this?
happen.
Okay,
God.
I'll name the top 10 series that it promotes right now. Number 1 is Blue Lock. You can read the first 3 volumes free. Not bad. Number 2 is Fairy Tail. All chapters are free for a limited time. 3 is Attack on Titan. Same thing. All chapters free for a limited time. 4 is Tokyo Revengers. Same thing. All chapters are free for a limited time. 5 is Chihayafuru. Am I saying it right?
Yeah.
Chihayafuru. The first 5 volumes are free for that. Number 6, Princess Jellyfish. The first 18 chapters are free.
I can read it for free on Comixology.
Yeah.
But go on. The whole thing.
Ajin's number 7. The first 14 chapters are free. Villain Saga's 8. 35 chapters. Your boy Kong Ming. The first 5 chapters. And then the 7 Deadly Sins. The first 5 chapters. So it's very random. Because it's like, either you can read everything. Yeah.
I hopped onto a Discord that I'm part of, and they're saying that 69 or 99 points a chapter, and you get 299 points for $2.99. That means less than 4 chapters for $2.99.
Oh yeah, it's a coin system. It's a coin system.
Yeah, bye.
Yeah. So backlog chapters are 69 coins. I don't know what the currency transfer whatever that is. The latest 2 chapters are 99 coins. So I don't know what that entails, like how much it would be, but yeah, that's rough.
Thank you, Cherry Bomb, for alerting us about that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you might as well buy the physicals for that.
Yeah, you might as well buy physicals.
What did I say?
Oh.
What did I say?
Yep.
Oh my god, they have good series though. That's the annoying part.
But it's cheaper to just buy the physicals.
Yeah, it's just cheaper.
You're going to be spending. And like I said, Princess Jellyfish, you can read the entire series for free on Comixology. You just download it off Amazon.
They do the ad thing where you have to watch a video for coins.
Ew.
No, no.
Watch this video for
Oh.
info on how to get coins.
No.
How to use tickets.
So,
Watch
so
the
I'm
video.
just going to be scrolling through these chapters, and all of a sudden an ad's going to pop up that I got
Yes.
to watch through. Good
My
lord!
second thought, Cherry Bomb.
That's
is
Again.
trash.
Are you going to run into
Somewhere
this
at
issue in a
Viz right
physical
now.
copy? No, you're not going to run into this issue in a physical copy. Buy your physicals.
Yes. Ugh.
Yeah, like they have
Meanwhile,
decent
Viz, they're
series.
laughing.
Uh-huh.
And
They're
they
like,
rolled it out at
"Hee."
night, but we ain't seen the same reaction we saw with
Yeah.
this.
Guaranteed they're having a Zoom meeting. Hey, look.
It just dropped. Versus better.
I thought Initial D was a part of this lineup. Apparently, you can't find it on this app, so they took that out.
Gosh.
That's great. They added Mushishi, even though a lot of people like it, and I don't really have interest for it. But yeah, this does not look good at all. Like, they have
Cherry Bomb.
like they have some decent series on here,
Mhm.
but yeah,
Meanwhile, over at Viz.
Yeah.
and
For a flat rate, you get a bunch of manga that people have been looking for on one app, and on the other app, you get a lot of the mainstream current things
yeah,
for $2.99.
it's weird.
Right.
I will say, one positive I can give is that since Kodansha is more like vast in what they own, they have a section where they tell you what gets a new chapter each day of the week. They have like a serialized title section where they have the calendar Sunday through Saturday, and if you click on it, you see what releases on that day. So that's pretty decent because they have such a vast collection to choose from. But still, it's like, eh. And like,
Somebody said
Get
if
rid of
you
the
watch,
ads on the screen.
I say they said if you watch the ad for points, somebody did it and you only get 5 points.
Oh my god.
Oh. I mean, if you're that hard up, don't put all those volumes. Don't put them out available right away. Have only a few available. Make it dirt cheap, and then rotate them according to what people vote on. So maybe that. I don't know, but I think that would be better than this. Holy crap!
I will give it that they have spin-off series on here, which is good. They have the Tokyo Revenger spin-off series, which is just Baji and his one friend, which is pretty cool. They have like some interesting stuff here, but again, the coin system isn't going to work for this at all.
No.
Yeah, and like they have the Blue Lock spin-off, and they have good things, but the coin system doesn't work for this.
Yeah.
I don't want this coin system to be introduced to anything else, so this needs to fail. And this needs to fail hard.
Yeah.
They have Tomodachi Game, and I really want to read that.
Thank you. That's right, Cherry Bomb. Preach.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I hate coin systems and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's like Manga Plus. What I think was that too, and I had other issues with Manga Plus, but yeah.
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 The censorship on Manga Plus was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Or you can do like what is it? What's the book app that like anytime you want to go and get a book on digital? What is it? It starts with an A, I think.
Audible?
What
No,
am I
that's
thinking?
audio.
Audible. Yeah.
Audible.
I mean, what they have is on a monthly subscription, you get access to 3 series for a monthly fee. They could do that as well.
Yeah.
Coin system.
Alright.
I say I got burned by the coin system on Webtoons. I don't do it. I just do free chapters.
So
Yeah.
there are 2 different types of free chapters. There's free chapters where you can just read whatever you want, which is usually like the first like volume's worth. And then there's free chapters where you need a ticket to read the chapter for free. And then you get the ticket by watching an ad.
Tickets and coins. Oh my gosh.
Because I'm looking at
really complicated. Why don't we?
Because I'm looking at Boys Run the Riot. The first volume's worth is free, and then everything else is you need a ticket. And the last 3 chapters of Boys Run the Riot, you need coins.
Buy your
Yes.
physicals. Buy
Yep.
them
Yeah.
now.
I'm sticking to
Yeah.
physical.
When it comes to Kodansha, I think I'll just stick to physicals.
And they
Mhm.
look
Yeah.
nice.
They do look nice.
Yeah, I will
Alright.
give them that. They do look. Most of them look nice.
Yeah, mostly.
But-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
It's
So
like on Titan's different.
Kodansha's K-manga app is a big disappointment, but good news is we got a new Viz app.
We got a
Yay!
Viz! Yay, Viz! It's like they knew
So,
we'd be disappointed, and they're like, you know what? Here you go, guys.
Here you go. Here's the shoujo you've been waiting for.
Yeah.
Is
all right.
it possible for Viz to buy Kodansha? Or is that just two different countries? That might happen.
You never know. Don't ever say never. All right, so we're gonna wrap up. Anybody got anything interesting coming on their channel? Laura, we'll start with you.
I'm undecided. I didn't film my video for tomorrow, and I'm very unmotivated to film my video for Friday, so which is uncommon. I think it's just because of sickness in the household this week, but
Yeah.
it is to be determined.
Shoot. Well, for me, when it came to One Piece, I started watching the anime and got halfway through it, stopped when I got to the Foxy Pirates, and then started reading the manga around that same time. And I found I got through the manga faster than I did the anime.
Right.
But I missed all the initial chapters. So what I'm going to do is I'm doing another read along on Friday, and this one we're jump starting One Piece. So Carrie and Laura, I think, are joining me. Basically, what the whole thing about it is we're going to read chapters 1, talk about it for a few minutes, chapter 2, and go all the way through volume 1. And basically, it's just to come into a stream, go back to the first volume, or if you're interested in the series, you have it, but you just haven't started it. It's a good way to jumpstart it.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be what, Friday, right?
Friday at 7:30 CST.
I think it's 8:30 our time, isn't it, Carrie?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes. All right, Mark, what about you?
Well, I was supposed to film a manga like Rex video, but that didn't end up happening yesterday. So that it might happen, it might not. So I don't know. The rest of the week's gonna be kind of crazy. So I don't know if I'll have a video this Friday. But maybe I'll do a live stream of some sort this weekend. I don't know.
Well, Mark, if you're interested, I'm actually working on some kind of game show kind of games that we can do on stream. Now, you remember I was mentioning it's like maybe one game would be, all right, I'm going to read off a few titles. Now, after I read them, you're going to have to recite them, or do the whole thing where I'm going to read a couple of isekai titles. You have to tell me which one's false, which one's real. Stuff like that.
That's a good idea.
Fun.
That's a good idea.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm kind of putting it together.
And what about you, Asiamer? Do you have anything coming up on your channel?
Probably like next month. Like I said, like I'm on the last week of school, so everything's like stressed. Like today was horrible for me.
I know.
Today was horrible for me. But yeah, but like I mentioned before, I have my readathon one shot video recorded. Basically just me like inserting clips of like my week throughout the day, and then just like me talking about the series. I have that. I read the first arc of Berserk, so there's a review coming for that. I thought it was just okay. Basically, I just thought it was okay.
Series.
It's very the first arc, which is the first 3 books, are like it's okay. It's just generic. I still have to do a collection video because it's been a while since I've like updated what it looks like. And so I want to do like a whole like spring cleaning as I do it too, and just explain everything.
Nice.
And then trying a bunch of volume 1s. I just have to read because I put it on Instagram, like which titles would you like me to read. The only thing I'm missing is volume 1 of Summertime Rendering, which I have to read. Besides that, I've read every other book that was on that list that I chose. Nice. And so I have to film that. And then I also want to do a game show thing, but that's like in the summer. I want to do like Who Wants to Be a Billionaire, but like manga questions, and I just got to decide like how to put that together. I have like ideas. I initially wanted to do it. There's a convention happening in July, but I was too late to submit the idea for them. So I wanted to do that, just test run it, and it would have been fun. And so I want to like put that together and just like see. And then I will be in the summer. I will be traveling to either. It's most likely going to be Texas, and I'm gonna see if I can get with. I'm gonna see if I can get with creators from Texas. Like I've already talked to some of them.
A lot of us there.
Yeah, surprisingly, there's a lot.
Yeah.
Like either they're in Texas or like they're scattered everywhere else.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Yeah, but I want to dive in as soon as like the semester's over and just have videos out like either bi-weekly or like if I can weekly. But we got to see when Friday comes how fast I can get everything done.
Nice, and you're always welcome back on Otaku Tuesdays when you have the time.
Oh, of course.
We look after you on the panel.
Yeah.
And
I literally just want to. Sorry, Carrie. I literally just I'm like I want to talk about the app so bad, and I was like,
I know.
And so I was like, I should ask, and I feel like it would be bad if I just ask out, but I was like, I have to ask because it's such a big thing.
Yeah.
You're always welcome on here.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure listening.
I put this link in the comments, so please go ahead, check it out, and subscribe.
Yes.
I got an Indie Friday comic book coming up on Friday. I was supposed to have last week, but due to the migraine situation, I didn't get to finish editing it. And then next Monday, I have, of course, a new manga review, and then I'm going to go back to catching up on the TBR.
All right.
Nice.
To everybody in the chat, thank you for joining us. Thank you to everybody on the panel.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kieran.
I want to remind you, do not forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and we will see you again next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Bye for now.
Bye.